Hello everyone, welcome to In Their Wake, Astatos. This is chapter 2.4 and the last available one before well, technically it's the last available one, but the next is releasing in like 2 days, so having received pardons from the dictator, the crown mages escaped their sentence of drowning within the dungeons of Satyr Fonzia. And so, Vitas and Velisis enjoy the freedom forced upon them. But now they know the balance of order within the capital is fickle. It is only a matter of time before that balance will shift again, leaving the two restless in the days to come. I think that time in the court may have been the worst experience of my life. Worse than our time in the barracks and on the battlefield. At least back then I knew what would happen, that we had some influence over tomorrow. But when we were in the court, I've never felt so powerless. Much like the day we lost our home and we unsealed Makarihari and Mukaki. I'm not that worried about the academy. We'll get it back one day. Especially once we find our mentor. Even after everything was stolen from us, you still believe that? I do, because I know we will. The fate of our home is still within our grasp. It doesn't matter that an army showed up, stole our house, and tried to kill us. They were wrong to take our home from us. We're crown mages. We have a right to take it back. I guess we do. Well, that's not to say I'm completely righteous. Back in that court, I didn't even have a right to my own life. The Republic found us guilty, and for that we were found deserving of death. I don't believe we deserve that at all. Well, of course, I feel the same way. Excuse me? Farmer just flinch upon hearing the bear's voice. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important. He knows the bear carefully cradling a teapot between his arms. No, we were merely prattling on. Oh, that's good. Because, I want to wish you both a good morning, but I can see that you're both still adjusting to being back at the estate. You know, I can help in other ways than just injuries. You can? What do you mean? Prolonged emotional stress can hurt one's body just like physical wounds would, particularly if it impacts your sleep at night. Also, your heart might pump blood harder than it needs to, or you might succumb to sicknesses you could otherwise avoid. I can help you with that. The bear gestures softly with that teapot. I still don't understand what you mean. Me neither. Circles places the teapot down on a nearby table, etching a chalk runic circle around it. Then he whispers an incantation. Soft light flows from Circles' fingertips as steam rises from the magically steeped water. With some grace, the bear prepares 2 cups of tea and hands them to the crown mages who drink in turn. How is it? Like I just had the best nap in years. And not one big of fog in my mind. It's incredibly sharp and fragrant. When did you learn to enchant tea like this? Physicians in my time prepared tea just like this for our great leaders. Every morning, every day. But now it seems like no physician in this era does this anymore, so I thought it was no longer needed. But then when I was shocked by how the house members acted at the banquet, how they were incapable of making decisions clearly and concisely. Once I learned how Nikos manipulated the jury during the hearing, I stopped being surprised by how dysfunctional everything is. Which is why I want to make tea like this again, to help bright minds once more. Bright minds like the both of you, I mean. I hope you don't mind. Mine? This magic is incredible. It really is refreshing. Well, again, it never used to be a big deal, just something you prepare alongside morning tea. You help us more than you give yourself credit. Oh, I'm glad I can help. Anyway, don't let me keep you two. Enjoy your tea, crown mages. He's right, you know. If our brightest minds could work just that more efficiently, perhaps the world would be a better place. Though I suppose if you're someone cruel, mental clarity could help you become much better at spreading cruelty. True, I hadn't considered that. Anyway, as I was saying before about the guilty verdict, I know we had our reasons for doing what we did, but the way Oro's father and those witnesses spoke to us, or even how they looked at us when they seemed to think we were vile, it's hard for me to shake that feeling. A lot of those people voted us guilty for sedition. They believe we deserve punishment. Yet the dictator pardoned us, so we'll never receive the punishment they believed in, and Varius regained his position as the censor. Is this different? I think it must be, so it is factoring in my previous choices. Might as well never have lost it at all. Only because the dictator said so. That's the law of the land. So it doesn't bother you at all we're surrounded by people who treat us with either adoration or contempt, depending on the direction of the wind. Not at all. I don't know these people, and I don't intend to. Once the rebel army is gone, we'll return home and never see them again. But that could take years. Or less. I'm not gonna worry about things I cannot know. Till then, it's best we keep to ourselves and to the people we can trust. Looks like you two had a good night's rest. All thanks to a quality bed and Sir Clee's care. Certainly beats being chained to a wall. Every struggle strengthens you in some way. Not if you gain nothing from it. Of course you gain something. Two young men completely vulnerable for days on end with only your closest companion for company? What a valuable shared experience. He does adjust his hood and averts his eyes. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, there's a guest here to see you two. I wonder who it is this time. Morning. If it's him, we must have intel. We should get Zermes. A voice calls from behind the crown mages. I'm already here. Oh. I didn't think you were listening. You should always assume I'm always listening, kitten. Actually, this information is for the magician. The one who wears all those fancy straps. Oh, good. You're here. Excuse me? You're not the only one who pays, boss. And he pays well. Since when is Krokos paying you? Since the court verdict made me seek out other means to keep our summoners safe, we may have had to break them out from that gaol if it came down to it. Well, were you going to do anything about that? I was going to play it by ear. Of course you were. And yet, it all worked out. Well, no thanks to you. Anyways, the sum was exorbitant, but it fit the severity of the task. What have you learned about the Oracle in the past few days? That he is paid too much for a bloke who speaks like some moon calf. You sure he's magic? Because he doesn't seem like it to me. Quite sure. Varius agrees, though those in the Capital Academy aren't willing to accept precognition as worthy research. If that bloke is the real deal, then I can't tell you why he stopped. Stopped? Ever since those two were pardoned by the dictator, the Oracle's been turning people away left and right. Now he's telling them all to speak to a higher authority instead. Like the clergy? Like you and your partner, mate. Us? That can't be right. As a matter of fact, the information fits in well with mine. Noble folk have been showing up at the door to meet with you. With us about what? All sorts of mystical bollocks. Questions about well water, organs and jars, talismans, whether hot food or cold food makes you sick. Plus gossip you obviously had no business in knowing. I didn't let them in because I knew you had more important affairs to sort out. More than a few of them had a frantic look in their eyes. Best not to meddle in the motions of the desperate, yeah? Why would people come to us about stuff like that? You can't be that thick, kitten. Huh? In a matter of weeks, you've done the impossible and united a long-divided government. It was lunacy to keep doing what they were doing. Afterwards, that very government found you guilty of murder, then the next thing you're pardoned by some guy who's been missing for ages. That guy is the dictator, and there was clearly some conspiracy between Lord Varius and Nico swaying his opinion from the shadows. That's not the point. You're the talk of the city. Everyone's eyes are on you. Surely there are more important people to talk about, like the dictator? Yet all I ever hear from the senators when they visit the academy are the miracles you and Valises accomplished. I can tell you you don't like all this attention, but the trouble I caused you has only pushed you further into the minds of the public. And if not for the accusations or the verdict, pardon is real strange as well. I don't mean to interrupt again, but the clergy has begged me to give sermons to assist with the rush of new attendees at the temple. Hardly anyone doubts who you say you are now. People truly believe that you speak for the Lord. And considering how popular Drusus is with the nobility, if all of his clients believe in you, that means the most powerful people in the capital accept you as direct links to the divine. If we know now that Drusus is a real oracle, why would he turn people away? Perhaps he's closing up shop. I know I'd be embarrassed to show my face if somebody did my entire profession more quickly and clearly without smoke and shiny stones. I'm less interested in what he can do. I want to know what he's planning. Who was it again that first told us about Drusus? The High Priest. He's always at the temple now, isn't he? Sounds like we ought to visit our most righteous friend again. Circus gives that tired look. Alone, of course. Relief washes over the bear. We'll get the job done much faster by ourselves anyways. A little fear of divine retribution does wonders, doesn't it? I guess it does factor my choices in. Crown mages find the capital temple more crowded than it has ever been. Acolytes mutter to themselves, lighting candles and replacing bowls of incense, while rows of robed pilgrims kneel in the pews. The atmosphere here feels different than before. I'd sooner meditate in the town market than at a temple this busy. Shh! Don't be alarmed. Vitas and Velises feel Paul hook their arms, leading them to a quiet, low-lit alcove within the temple. Hi, Anya. I knew it! I knew it by the grace of the Lord that you would come back to me. Before you say anything, I must confess that I need your help. Terribly so. You see, so many nobles have come here asking for your advice. I am hardly in a position to say yes. But since the clergy must serve from the people's faith, I am also hardly in a position to tell them no. Why are you whispering? Just how good at speaking for the Lord would you both be if all the people here swarmed and trampled you? Or you mean this is the only way to get us to yourself? Why risk finding out? No, an untrampled crown mage is a fine crown mage indeed. You think so generously about our safety? As Holy Archive 425 states, one who acts with virtue will not stand alone. He who practices it will find neighbors. Though, if you would speak for any of these nobles on my behalf, it would show the public your support of the clergy. How about this? You genuinely trust that we can speak to the Lord, don't you? After everything we've been through together? After everything we've seen? Why, of course I do. I just hope the holy man will have a little bit more doubt in this department, considering his soul's at stake. It's not like either of us should be surprised he's that kind of follower. Very good. Then here's my proposal. We'll ask the Lord if he wishes for us to lead a sermon. Wondrous! But you have to accept our condition. In exchange, you answer the question we want to know about the Oracle Drusus. Oh! Well, yes, that is a reasonable condition. Right then. Alright, Makari Hari, what do you think? Should we, or even Circles, perform sermons for the nobles here? You have to ask? We are asking, yes. Okay. It's clear to me that these nobles have developed a zealous one-sided admiration of the both of you. If you perform sermons as my direct voice, they would begin to worship you as if you were me. The line between speaker and God would thin. They'll begin to worship you as gods, at least those who don't already. Idolatry is an abomination to my teachings. I see. He says no. But why? They begin to worship us as if we were him. Very well, I will tell his truth to the nobles. I praise his word and his decision. He sounds disappointed, because he is. Well, you have your answer then. Let's have ours. High Priest adjusts the Holy Archive between his paws. I heard about that oracle recently, much more than I'd like. Despite what you might think, he's not redirecting people to you out of misfortune in his craft. He's telling them that you alone and no one else can offer them the best guidance that they can receive. I believe he's trying to help you. He must be your strongest follower. Hee hee. If he's trying to help us... God damn it. If he's trying to help us, then maybe we should talk to him. Or at least ask him to stop whatever he believes he's doing. Let's pay him a visit. You're attending Drusus? I'll come with you. Why? Don't you have a busy temple to run? You, Acolyte, you and the others attend the temple while I'm gone. The bemused young man nods to him like as if wasn't the first time something like this has happened. I guess, I guess technically it wouldn't really be out of character for Makari Hari to not want. Well, we're here. There was a line around the forum last time. Feels strange, doesn't it? It's like being on a busy road in the middle of the night while everyone's asleep. Makes the fur on my neck stick on end. I get what you mean. We should summon Crocus before we see Drusus. In case there's more sorcery afoot. Good idea. Snowbat materializes in a flash of white light. Good to hear your call so soon, Crown Magus. I take it the High Priest was cooperative? Well, of course I've been cooperative. Why is he here? Because he invited himself. Well, let's see what this Oracle has to say for himself. Vitus peeks through the curtains to see the Oracle's shop and beckons everyone forward. Shall we? The Crown Mages peer into the room. Immediately they're hit with an overpowering scent of jasmine. Ugh, nauseating. I think I hear somebody rustling in the back. Scale claws push aside the curtain doors as they see the slit eyes of the Oracle. Ah, the Oracle meets with the messengers of the Lord once more. Drusus welcomes them, and he congratulates them. Congratulate us for what? For bearing the burden of Drusus. The Crown Mages have taken on these duties and will now guide the people. Tell us this, Drusus. If your magic is real and you're unloading this burden onto us, then surely you can lend us your skills. Drusus can see the logic in the young Crown Mage's thinking. However, Drusus must refuse. And why exactly is that? The power of Drusus is muttered in the presence of the great two pillars. He cannot divine the truth within such a wellspring of divinity. Great two? What does he mean? Felicis, you don't think he means... Vitus looks at Mukaki and Makari Hari. The god remains stone-faced. The devil shrugs. He's lying. Huh? First he dumps his clientele onto us. As if he were doing us a favor, and now he's refusing to use the power he claims he has. There's no reason his spell shouldn't work, right, Kurokros? I cannot tell you unless I watch him perform it. Yes, a demonstration would be favorable for all of us. Wait, please relax, everyone. There's no need to make demands of Drusus. Drusus approves of the young Crown Mage's congeniality. Though it would be helpful if you tried to divine for us, Drusus. The Oracle would be unsuccessful in his attempt to divine the stars today. Please. Even if the magic doesn't work, I would still like you to try. Any information would be helpful. You said before to be wary about the outsider, in other words, about Nikos. The insight foresaw who could have been our executioner. If your foresight doesn't work, then we're still at square one. But if it does work, then we only have everything to gain. The alligator covers his crystal ball with a sheer cloth. Vitus feels his heart sing as if another door is closing on him. But the ball begins to glow beneath the fabric. The Oracle stares directly at Crocus, muttering as the sheer cloth rises. Colored runes light the corners of the fabric, spreading along the threads and burning ashy letters in their wake. As the fabric rises, the crystal ball uncovers itself. The shape and color of the Oracle's eyes matches the crystal as he begins to speak. That's... I haven't seen that spell for years. Oracle, how do you know such magic? Crocus, what are you... Drusus wants to know, is that your question? Crocus, isn't there a more important question we can ask him? Sorry, a rush of curiosity overcame me. Just let me breathe for a bit. Are you okay? Yes, a moment please. Whew, alright. I have an important question we should ask him about our future. What is it? It's gonna sound strange, but please just trust me. We trust you. Okay then. Drusus, this is my question. Who is heir to the knowledge of the Crown Mages? Crocus, what is that supposed to mean? Just trust me on this. It's something we must ask. He can see Makari Hari and Mukaki. What? Another man can see Lord Makari Hari? I don't believe it. This must be a fortuitous sign. High Priest holds his necklace in fervent prayer, his eyes squinting as if trying to envision the Lord's presence. So his eyes were following mine. He has made eye contact with me on several occasions as well. What is going on? The Oracle is willing to answer the question, but the Oracle can only see accurately into the futures of Vitus and Felicis. Do you still want the Oracle to answer this question? Do it, summoners. Yes, that is our question. The alligator casts his eyes gaze downward. His crystal ball glimmers in his glassy eyes. Even without wind, send pathways for both of you. Men of miracles, or something else. Lightning chases your steps. Satin turns to glass, molten, red. Each a shot of glass that tells your story. Pieces of a mosaic. Comprehensible only when pieced together with the proper edges. They fit only if the crown mage follows the footsteps of the gods. The people cannot follow the path if the lightning never strikes the ground. Will you do your duties and teach others the path of your lord? Sheercloths turn to ashes as flames overcome it. The oracle lowers his crystal ball and looks Vitus dead in the eyes. This is a promise you must make. Why are you so intent on making us prophets? Drusa suggests that there are other ways to teach than only through sermons. Then we promise to fulfill this duty. The crown mages should know that this is not a verbal agreement. This promise is only fulfilled by their actions. The crown mages must leave Drusus now. There's nothing else you can tell us? The alligator begins to turn away but stops as his claws graze the curtain door. There is one last warning the oracle must tell the crown mages before they go. He tells them that they must be careful because the city is full of people who wishes to harm them. Without another word more, Drew shuffles into his abode. As new concerns weigh heavy on their minds, the crown may just ask to part ways with the high priest to discuss the divination in private. The high priest simply nods back at them, having been in a feverish prayer ever since the mention of the oracle seeing Makarihari. Yeah, but it's like, just gloss over the fact that he can see Mukaki as well, I guess. It was just as cryptic as the first time. So do you trust him, Krokos? It doesn't matter. You should do what he says. But doesn't mean that he can see the demiurges. It means he's connected to your order in some way. If you do what he says, I believe these connections will unveil themselves on their own. I suppose it's time we consider how we go about delivering the Lord's teachings then. If we go about the capital, offering our services might foster more goodwill. It could improve our reputation, perhaps even gain the attention of our mentor. And we could generally do some good for the city. The better conditions, the less corrupt its future might be. Are you getting ahead of yourselves? That oracle said the Lord, not lords. Yeah, you gotta follow one of us or the other, not both. Listen, I don't want to hear the both of you fight right now. No, it's time for you to listen. We already told you, we're done fighting. Huh? Impossible. No, he's right, we've come to an agreement. Hearing us yammer at one another won't change either of your minds. You must understand our true teachings in their purest form. Our core principles. Both demiurges snap their digits, okay. The crown mages witness the columns and furnishing of the estate fade away. Now what is this supposed to be? Darkness envelopes them, a blanket of sand pulls around their feet, shimmering like stars. Then the sky inverts. Vitas and Valisas land on soft silken sand in a vast desert where nothing but the sky can be seen all around them. You can both do this? This is incredible. Where exactly are we? Wherever we want to be. What we envision is. That is what it means to be a god. This place. Did you create an entire world just to speak with us? We don't have power for anything like that right now. This is merely an illusion. To ensure there will be no distractions. Crown mages, are you both ready to listen? To understand all that I stand for? Yes. Yes. Very well. Know that I denounce what you know as the clergy. They pray to statues of me rather than seeking to better themselves. There is one central idea to my teachings, is that you must always do what you're supposed to do. But what are we supposed to do? How exactly do we know? Learn from the men who have lived and died before you. Inherit their wisdom and adopt what worked for them and what helped them thrive in their time. Be true to yourself, but always reflect on your actions. You must trust your heart, but you must not succumb to blinding pride. Embody wisdom, propriety, righteousness, benevolence, and sincerity with each of your actions. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and have fun doing it. Is fun required? Of course fun is required. Demiurge clears his throat. Within reason. uh, well, can I go now? We agreed not to fight. Sorry, there's only so much I can take. You may speak. Thank you. So yeah, the world must embody the way of freedom. That's why I hate the mere notion of you should. I think nobody should be telling you what to do, especially when it's Makari Hari. Nobody knows better than nature itself. If you like doing something, then you should be able to do it at any time. Telling somebody that they can only do something for their entire lives? It's cruel. Hell, I even say it's abusive. Karihari rolls his eyes, but Mukaki doesn't see it. But you can't be stupid about it. Say you do something that feels good today but will make you miserable for years to come. Then you shouldn't do it. It's much better to do something truly miserable for a day than that'll make you happy for a long time. People like to say that I only care about hurting others, or that my ways are all about seeking hedonistic joy. But people who understand my true principles know that there are consequences to your actions. If you hurt others because it feels good, people will usually find out, and then they'll start hurting you. Nature's path and mankind's virtues will balance good and bad intuitively. People make mistakes, and they should learn from them. The bad things that come from mistakes, like damage or loss, those are just the price you pay for self-progress. Are you done? Yeah, I'm done. It's time for you to choose what world you would like to see. Whose path will you follow, Crown Magus? Well, I mean, to me, Mukaki makes more sense. Vitus, when we asked the demiurges to perform miracles, they asked us to promote their teachings. Is this not the same as back then? The demiurges do not expect anything in return, but only ask what kind of world we yearn for. That's right. This has nothing to do with having access to our powers or not. We want to know what you truly believe in. If that's the case, I might actually have to side with Mukaki. All should strive to pursue happiness. Our individual actions can accomplish great things and be a source of good in the world. Vitus, we should pursue this kind of world together. Why not choose Mukaki with me? I mean, I was going to anyways. Oh, was I going to have to fight Makari Hari? Just like Mukaki says. A world where everyone can pursue happiness doesn't sound so bad, does it? Makes you feel sort of balanced inside, yeah? It's freeing, like there's less to worry about. I think we both want that kind of world. Makari Hari being so SMH right now. Whoa, we're back again. What do you mean we're back? You didn't go anywhere. Huh? Did time pass slower while we were in that illusion? Perhaps that's a part of it. Divine magic, I presume. Describe the effects and I might teach you about their mechanisms. We can talk about it later. Right now we need to schedule another meeting with the High Priest. Didn't you just come back from there? Well, situations change. We plan to put on a show and teach the people. Right, let's head back to the temple. With the help of the High Priest, the Crown Mages managed to schedule a sermon in the temple to gain the attention of the capital's most influential nobles. Though the Crown Mages are hardly strangers to public speaking, they can't help but shake the truth that they aren't priests. Oh wow, that's a lot of people. Nervous? Not so much, at least not compared to speaking in court. Still, all this is certainly not nothing, is it? We're only extolling the principles that these people should live by for the rest of their lives. Surely I'm feeling no pressure. None. Not one bit. If they didn't believe in what the two of you said, they just find somebody else to tell them what to think. That's right. People are responsible for their own choices. If they don't like what you have to say, then they shouldn't believe in it. People are pressured to believe in things that they don't want to do all the time. They might not believe in something, but if everyone around them does, that's still what worries me about all of this. May I say something? Sure. Please don't take this the wrong way, but you're starting to sound like me. Oh? It really is better to try to do something than spend all day thinking about it and getting nothing done. If you really do want to play your part in changing the world, you have to try. Well, if you're the one saying that, it sounds like I really need to pull myself together. If I may speak next, he's certainly going to anyways. People need something to believe in, kitten. If you want to make a better world, the least you can do is believe in your own efforts. But we have real power. People will be swayed whether we say the right thing or not. It's manipulative. Then be manipulative. Ugh. What scares me is that you still seem to be under the impression that everyone in this world plays fair. When you have an edge, you don't want to use it. That's what makes me worry about you most. Since when do you worry about people? When they start to show me that they're interesting. Get off my back. People have more willpower than you think. If your beliefs don't work for them, they'll eventually come to that conclusion themselves. But if they do work, they'll be forever thankful. People can tell if you believe in yourself or not, so show them the ideas you think are worth fighting for. This is really helpful, everybody. Thank you. Excuse me, but are the both of you ready? The chamber is rather packed. I can't fit anybody else inside. I believe that's how cute it is. Here we go. The crown mages walk through the main entrance. They come to the temple dais and look over the large crowd before them. The room is terribly silent for the amount of people present. Thank you for coming, everyone. Our journey has been long, and our trials have been perilous. We did not begin our journey seeking to be a voice for Lord Makari Hari. Our home was stolen from us by the rebel army, and we found our connection to him deep within the Crown Mage Academy. He lent us the healing miracles of Circles, the Chirurgian, the lost spells of the savant Krokos, the legendary strength of the warrior Herklaus, the grace of the saviors Now we know for certain the tenets of the Lord's beliefs. Mukaki hovers behind the dais along with the crown mages, his carefree presence a testament to Vidas and Velisa's freedom to forge their own paths. More importantly, we're never going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. It is not the role of the temples, the priests, or the acolytes to be telling you what to do. Everything is up to the judgment of an individual. The crowd frantically whispers, But surely the clergy should be giving the people some instruction. The clergy should help the people exercise good judgment. Acting however you want doesn't remove consequences from those actions. People should practice decisions that will make themselves happy in the long run of their lifetime. If you do foolish things which make your neighbors unhappy, you're hurting your own happiness in the end. Pursuing happiness is the only way to live a good life, but pursuing happiness does not permit short-sightedness. And how should prayer be conducted? Worship? However you like, so long as it spreads genuine happiness. And we mean genuine happiness, one that fosters growth and prosperity within each and every one of us, not false smiles, nor forced acquiescence. But what if cruelty makes somebody happy? Here's how I understand that position. Wanton cruelty usually begets a response, which causes long-term suffering. That makes careless harm short-sighted. And what if people do what they want all the time? Then how would anything ever get done? Again, that would be the short-sighted approach to the Lord's beliefs. If no farm work gets done, we starve. The long-lasting misery of a famine outweighs the short-term misery of doing hard labor. I see. Encourage people to weigh the lasting consequences of their actions and make them take accountability for themselves. That is the most underlying principles of the Lord's beliefs. I see. And what else will you tell the people? That's it. That's it? That's it. High Priest looks around wildly as if expecting further reactions from the silent crowd. Isn't that a bit short? Yes, that's the point. Huh? The Lord's core principles are best taught directly. Proverbs, anecdotes, and divine stories need not to come from us. Throughout history, people have embellished such complexities as they interact with the core principles. That's exactly what the Lord found the temples of today so unfamiliar with what he taught. I see. Once again, this is much to consider. Thank you for telling us the words of the Lord. And thank you for hosting us. Well, well, well. Well, that wasn't so bad. At least, I hope it wasn't. I'm not used to so many people just quietly listening. Usually when somebody is angry with us, they tell us immediately. There, I couldn't tell if the silence was reverence or disdain. Perhaps a bit of both. Well, that certainly wouldn't be good. Ah, well. What I mean to say is that surely some listeners might be envious that you can hear the words of the Lord so succinctly. You mean hear them at all? Shh, don't provoke them. Or perhaps you mean to say that they're so used to living their lives differently under different rules they could be resistant to change. Well, yes, that too. There's another reason why the sermons were so short. Oh? If you remember what the oracle said to us, he explained how crucial it was that we accurately represent the beliefs of the Lord to the people. The more details we add, or the more we embellish, the more accidental mistruths could start. Oh, quite right. Holy Archive 7:1. To transcribe is not to write, but to believe is to love. The oracle also told us that this city is full of people who want to harm us. That smooth-tongued bag of wind said it himself, did he? And you didn't take that as a threat? I believe he was trying to warn us. We know his magic is real. Crocos confirmed it. Real, more or less. Precognition magic results in little more than good guesses. That oracle smells fishy. Sounds like he's setting you up for something if you ask me. He certainly has some sort of agenda. Whether he wants to help us or harm us, we just don't know. At least not yet. Suddenly they all hear a scream. A temple acolyte falls to their knees before crumbling onto the floor. What's going on? Heroes to us! Through the windows, the crown mages see an unnatural light glowing. A low, drowning chant fills the air. Dozens of men hidden behind dark cloaks are kneeling just outside the temple. Nobles run out of the temple in terror. More cloaked men with chalk in hand rush in to take their place. They're casting a spell! Kroko, stop them! The snow leopard darts his eyes to the temple floor. He gasps. Runes. They're already drawn beneath our feet. In a flash of light, Krokos disappears. His crystal dagger drops to the ground. Oh shit! What? No! Vitas, grab the artifact. Great howling emanates from the temple dies. Gah! Get these bindings off of me. Bukaki. Chains of light lash around the devil. They snap to his neck and bind his wrists. Slams him to the floor, his flame smoldering under the sheer force of the spell. Shit. The holy chalice drops to the ground with a hollow clunk. Zeramis is gone. Call the other heroes to your side, quickly! I won't let them get near either of you. Circles, we have to free Mukaki. How do we break the spell? Smearing the runes should dispel the effect. But these runes are carved. Carved into stone. How long have these been here? Can you stop the spell or not? I think Krokos might know if he were here, but we have to chisel away the carvings to do anything first. But if we move the runes in the wrong order, there's no telling what might happen. Well, we have to try something. One man lifts the carving knife as his voice echoes around the temple. Suddenly, the crown mages hear a painful, terrible ringing. Hercules flips his spear to its blunt end. He thrusts his spear forward, bludgeoning the cloaked man's forehead. The ringing stops. 3 more cloaked men lunge at the crown mages, but Reese intercepts, knocking them out with a slam of his shield. There's no time to keep fighting, but we have to save them. We don't have the manpower with 2 down. Let the heroes secure our escape. We can summon them when you're safe. We need to get out of here. We'll regroup at the estate. Move, move, move! Wow. Well, that escalated quickly. I think it would probably have been safe to assume that if it was Makari Hari's teachings we chose to follow, it would be him getting captured instead. Is anybody still following us? Not that I can see. Where's Felicis? One of those men grabbed him. They got him? No, Circles helped him escape. They ran in a different direction down one of the alleys. I hope he's okay. If he survived the Feroz of Nipolis, he'll be right as rain. Besides, I saw him talking to somebody I can't see, so the Lord must be with them. That's a relief. There's 2 of them, you know. 2 what? Gods. We know them as the Demiurges. That's not what you told all those people, though, is it? The oracle implied we should pick between them, and that muddling their philosophies would create problems. Problems seem to have no trouble finding you wherever you go. Thanks, I notice. We can talk about it more once we get to Sulpicius Estate. Speaking of which, it was this way, wasn't it? That's the route I tend to take, yeah. Weird. Maybe it's just around the corner. Pretty sure we should have been back by now. I remember that stall over there, the one that sells bath soaps. That's the arch before the alleyway that leads into the front of the estate. So let's just go through the alleyway again. Okay. Vitas and Reese walk slowly through the street, looking to the side, then behind them. They quickly find the other end of the alley, but there's a problem when they exit. Wait a minute. There's that stall again. There aren't two bath stalls that look exactly the same, are there? Not bloody likely. That's the same stall. I'm getting a sense of deja vu here. Back in Iranipolis, there was something just like this. A group of magicians were using spells to hide from the government. We need Krokos. Can you try and summon him again? Yeah, I have his artifact. Let me concentrate. Hear me, Krokos! But nothing happens. Krokos, we need you! Still, not one response. Damn it, what's going on? You think I got a clue? I was hoping you knew, Crown Mage. Well, I do have one idea. It could be related to the way Krokos disappeared. But why did it have to be him? Quiet. I hear people approaching. Damn, and they've trapped us in an illusion. This is bad. I hear voices, over there. They may be magicians, but they ain't too tough. We can take them. But for how long? There they are. The men in dark cloaks lift their arms. The air smells like rain and the clouds above their heads grow dark. Crackling lightning rives around their paws. Cloakmate hurls the massive flashing mass forward. But before he can reach Vitas, the spell is repelled. Scorched marks on the cobblestone hiss as the magic fades. Did they stop attacking? No, something blocked it. Somebody's helping us. Oh, hi, Janice. Well, you weren't supposed to see me, but you weren't supposed to fall into this lousy trap either. Janice? Hey, geezer. Time to mess with these lousy mages. Well, how did Janice get over here is my question. Fend off the cloakman with Janice. Yeah! All sides being... Well... I guess I'll pick Mukaki since I'm technically embodying Mukaki's virtues now, right? It doesn't matter anyways. What's a kid doing here? Janice, I thought you were still in Iranipolis. Nope, I came here as a favor. The illustrious Crown Mage, we finally got him cornered. You know, I thought he would be bigger. Hey! Stand back, geezer. I'm gonna send him flying. You know, I forgot that technically Janice is better for Makari Hari. But, time to beat the shit out of these guys, I guess. Why do I still have the broadest? What the hell? Let's go! Let's go! Oh, he's blowing his cock! What am I even saying? I got Exalted Element and Divine Favor. That's great. Pick an opposing hero, add 1 cooldown to that hero. Alright. Holy fuck. Blessed Trial, Consecrate. Alright. Why do you have the broadest? No, give him here. You don't know how to use him. A favor? A favor to who, Janice? From a nice mister who sent me biscuits. You mean Sulpicius? Are you really this slow, geezer? Where's replace? All of that and I don't have something that helped me replace. Oh no. Here it comes. Oh, bro. He's about to get 5 fucking thingamabobbers. Okay, well. Oh my god, he's already 7. Can you tell me where Sulpicius has been? We haven't seen him in weeks. Shh! Gotta keep casting magic. Who's this ruffian? He doesn't look like nobility. He's rebounding off our attacks. We cannot let the Crown Mage get away. Divine Favor, huh? Can your 6 energy save you? Looks like it can, unfortunately. I'm about to get my shit kicked in, I think. Well, it would be if he weren't being stupid, I guess. Damn it. I was hoping to have... Oh my god, he put 4 energy into Reese, what the fuck? Alright, that should do. What about the other kids? Mr. Crocus taught them a lot. I know they can look after themselves for a while. I didn't want to leave the other kids, but Mr. Sulpicia said you all needed help. And I want to help you all. You fought to protect our town too. I'm taking all of these fuckers back. Well, except you apparently, because I can't take you. Taking him, and I'm sending you back to the thing, ya bitch. Well. Exalted Element again. Let's go. Were you the one who made this maze illusion? Nuh-uh, that wasn't me. My illusion would be way cooler. Mr. Croco showed me how to make it so bad guys lose all their Monero when they enter. I'm rather glad that this illusion doesn't do that. So do you think you could break the illusions so we can pass on through? Yeah, easy peasy. You just gotta know what you're looking for. Right now I want to blow their heads off. You know? Wait, why did they manage to take back why did they manage to take back Makari Hari? It wasn't even their turn. The fuck? Janice, their spells are breaking through. If they do, sorry geezer. Don't blame me if you die. Yes I would. You're the only magical protection I have right now. All people like you should do more morning stretches. Then you might be able to dodge. He got jokes now. He got fucking jokes. Alright. This should be good enough. Motherfucker's got 12 cards. Well, ideally I would have won with Janice. Janice scrawls runes into the dirt with practice ease. With a wink, the boys' ritual is complete. A blinding light engulfs them all. They're all knocked out cold. Heh, they make nice sounds when they fall. I like your panache, kid. Followers of influence. What the fuck does that mean? Alright. 48 minutes in and we haven't even finished Sakura Publica yet. And that's the last of them. Knocked them dead. What? You didn't have to kill them. Oh wait, let me check their bodies. They're not dead. I think it's a figure of speech. Thank Paradise they're still breathing. I didn't mean it literally. Hey, maybe save the bleeding hot stuff for blokes who ain't trying to fry out fur, yeah? This geezer is just old and soft. I'm not old, but the last thing I need to be is involved in another murder case so soon. Well, Mr. Kuroko said that you can kill as many people as you want if you don't let anybody see you. I very much doubt he said that, but still, Janice, would you come with us? Your teacher's incapacitated for the moment. I need you to break this maze illusion so we can get back to the estate. The boy lifts his paw and there's a flash of white light. Contours of the building sharpen and the horizon shift. The pathway to the estate reveals itself. But when Vitas looks back to his side, the young fox is nowhere to be seen. Huh? Where did he scamper off to? Ugh, that kid really gets on my nerves sometimes. The boy looked like he had something else to do. Hurry, we need to leave now. You're right, Reese. Let's go. Aye aye. Alright. Finally, we're back. What took you so long? We ran into some trouble. How about you? We did as well. Summon Herclaus and he helped distract some of those cloak mages. I moved without hesitation. Their spells were deadly. Didn't kill any of them, did you? No. At least, not to my knowledge. Did you manage to summon them? I tried to summon Crocus for help, but nothing happened. Let's summon everyone first and figure that out. Both Crown Mages hold the art. No, wait, you can keep Zermies. Like, I think I'm good, bro. One by one, each hero appears beside them once again. I feel weakened. What else is new? Don't pretend like you don't feel it too. Putting on your usual front won't change the situation. Hercules looks strangely calm, ignoring the two arguing beside him. Whatever has happened, I confirmed it's not sickness. At least, not of a physical kind. I'd be able to tell as well. Whatever happened, I reckon it only applies to us heroes. Who were those cloaked men? How could they see the demiurges? Well, obviously they're mages. Well, obviously. Not just any mages, Vitus. He's saying they're crown mages. Kairos, you're here too? I returned quickly once I heard about the commotion at the temple. I'm glad both of you made it out unscathed. But would that I could stay here longer. I have to find Sulpicius. He must be informed about what happened. What? But you just barely got here. You've barely said 3 sentences. Sorry, we can catch up tomorrow, yeah? Just stay in groups and keep track of each other. Foxtail slips out the door before Vitus can think of a way to stop him. I wanted to talk to him about what happened. Yeah, you really like when he's around, don't you? That's not... Listen, why do you think they would be crown mages? You saw their cloaks, they're the same kind we wear. So it seems there are others like us. But our mentor said we were the last of our order. Maybe he didn't know there were others. And well, they are well versed in magic too. I knew there had to be. New? And where exactly is that? Just a hunch, but I've been looking into it. You will be the first to know if I have anything conclusive to say. Till then, I didn't want to mislead any inquiry. Is it safe to come out? It's safe, but Mukaki is gone. All of the heroes look like shadows of themselves. I think that's fairly concerning too. Do you know how we can get Lord Mukaki back? Perhaps it can't be helped. What's that supposed to mean? The magic used to trap him. Felt like much like the magic that sealed him before. If that's the case, then there must be a way to free him. Right, all it took last time was breaking some stone. Their stone was a physical medium used to seal him, one that naturally eroded over the centuries since. But without a physical medium, they can bind him for as long as they maintain the ritual. Then we just ask Crocus to interrupt their ritual instead. We have to get Mukaki back. Who knows what they want to do with him? I don't want to say this, but you chose to spread his ideology. You chose his path. Where are you going with this? Do you consider yourself a crown mage or a heretic spreading the lies of a deceiver? To the crown mage of old, you would be the latter, a traitor who turned on me. The order of the crown mages you remember is long gone. What does it matter now? Your acts of blasphemy could be the very reason you were attacked. What if the ones who took Mukaki really do have ties to the crown mages? They might strictly follow my principles just like the crown mages of old. It's only natural they would want to seal Mukaki. Do we really need to stop them from restoring order? You're an asshole, you know that. Like the both of you, they could just be following the principles. Makari Hari, what are you saying? They attacked us in your own temple. Would your loyal followers do that? So what if they're crown mages? They're still sealing Mukaki without cause. Is that justice to you? Is that the right thing people should do? Or is your ideology just a suggestion when you see a chance to eliminate Mukaki? Back then. Was it right to seal Mukaki back then too? I'm not sure. If your principles are good, then your followers will spread them to others. You should have faith in yourself, not chain Mukaki away to convince others that you are right. See, you're hesitating. You also think what they're doing is wrong, don't you? Your wisdom wounds me. Perhaps you understand my teachings better than I do. And yet, you still choose that reckless fool over me. Fine, I will help you rescue Mukaki. Thank you for staying true to yourself, Lord Makari Hari. Bro, you had to call him the fucking arch hypocrite to fucking get him to help. I'm good, bro. I'm fucking good. Vitas and Velisa spend the night discussing what they could possibly do to locate Makaki. But the following morning, Suspicious' continued absence raises concerns as the Crown Mages go through their remaining options. Prodigium. Then where has Suspicious been all this time? Kairos did say he was in contact with him. Sure, but we haven't seen Suspicious even once since we arrived. Speaking of Kairos, he said he'd be here. Where is he? You don't think he ran into trouble, do you? Can't say. But it's definitely not a good sign, is it? What if something happened to him? And what if he's working with our enemies? Oh, come on, he's been nothing but helpful since the moment we got here. Sure, I doubt that Firetail is up to anything suspicious. At least nothing suspicious that isn't an attempt to help you lot. Sir Hermes, why don't you use the hyenas? Maybe they can gather more intelligence on those who these cloak mages really are. What are you asking me, Kin? They call anyone they want boss now. Then how do I get their attention? What do you need? Oh, I didn't see you there. That's the point. You'll never get used to it. Oh, well then, can you and your brothers gather information about the cloaked men who attacked us at the temple? We can do anything you ask so long as the Monera doesn't run out. But yeah, easy enough. Thank you. I think we should go to the temple to ask the acolytes about what happened. You think they know something? Those runes were carved in the floor. You don't do that overnight, at least not without someone finding out. They must be able to tell us something. Good point. Okay, we'll make a stop at the temple. Any other ideas? With so many mages involved, it would do us good to see Various. He has many ties to the Capital Academy. No other reason to see... You see him, is there? Of course there is. He's the censor. And you're so very fond of him too. Oh, please. Anyway, our only other option is Drusus if we find ourselves truly stuck. I'd rather not deal with him again so soon. Talking to him takes forever and he only speaks in riddles. I don't mind riddles. I never used to. Anyways, why don't... Wait, was that you never... I don't... Oh, it is I don't mind riddles, okay. I thought it was... You didn't mind riddles. Anyways, we should... Why don't we visit the temple first? We should ask about the attack. Sounds good to me. Just don't let your guard down. Please? Huh. Everybody looks calm. Where are the guards? How comes everybody's milling about and praying like nothing at all happened yesterday? Hey, you. Me? What happened yesterday after the attack? The acolyte tilts his head. I'm sorry? It happened after our sermon yesterday. Ah! I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. I'm ill-equipped to speak directly to the messengers of the Lord. I'm sorry, I cannot be on mobile. With fur prickling on the side of his neck, the young acolyte scurries away. That was strange. Crown Mages! Pray priest, we were looking for you. For a change. What wonderful news. The Lord has blessed us all once again. Your sermon brought so many devotees. We all have our paws full thanks to you. What do you mean? Surely people would not return after such an attack. Eh? Oh. Sorry. Hydration. One might say that your words were punchy, but I would not call them an attack. We meant the attack on the temple. Eh? Do you remember any men in black and gold cloaks yesterday? You two are the only ones I've seen in cloaks like that. What do you mean an attack? Is this a vision? Is this a test? And he's got the Anya key. Never mind that for now. Ignore what we said. Okay. See those carvings on the floor? Those runes? Oh, the reliefs? Right. Do you know where they came from? No, but I could find out. If you please. Right, just a moment. So nobody here remembers what happened yesterday? Any ideas, Crocos? Snowbird Leopard walks over from the temple rune carvings closest to the dais. Plenty, considering they left the instructions behind. This ritual has several component spells in the rune work. One of those spells is a curse that suppresses memories that would be the cause of everybody's forgetfulness. Another spell is derived from the sealing ritual used by the Crown Mages. Although, did they intend to capture Mokaki? I'm not so sure. Perhaps they didn't know any better. Perhaps they assumed whoever was with the summoners during their sermon was Makari Hari. Runs his paw over the carved runes, digging his digits into grooves. A ritual like this, any mistake could end in catastrophe, especially if the runes are broken improperly. What kind of catastrophe? With the vast magnitude of energy they needed? If we were to rebound, it might have disintegrated us all in an instant. Truly, I didn't expect anybody in this era insane enough to pull this off. Crown mages, I found information about the engravings. Oh, good. This should be helpful. Most indeed, and it is wonderful news. Before these halls were a temple, they were also an academy. I thought as much. Which means that if any runic inscriptions were set into the foundation, the clergy would have been uninvolved. So the clergy knows nothing about the carvings. Yes, precisely, thus ensuring our lack of involvement. Great. So, does this mean we've learned nothing? No, we learned plenty. I'm glad one of you has been paying attention. Hey! Circles, take a piece of charcoal and papyrus and make rubbings of the runes on the floor, would you? Certainly. Will we be asking Various to examine these? That's right. He'll use any excuse to see Various, you know. Oh, you must be jealous if you care so much. I never cared, I'm just saying like I see it. Then make your own suggestions instead of mulling about mine. Let's visit the council building, shall we? Will this include flavor text about him being restored? Ah, Crown Mages. It brings me joy to see you so soon. And I see you brought Lord Crocus. And the other great heroes. What pleasure do I owe this visit? He seems a lot cheerier as of late. Of course he's cheery, he walks like he's been busy elsewhere. Vitus clears his throat. We need some advice. It was about an incident that occurred yesterday at the temple. An incident? I didn't hear of any incident. No, you wouldn't have you? What's that supposed to mean? Crown Mages explained to Various what happened at the temple, and that Jackal's eyes widened. The hero of a magical assault of such caliber is near unthinkable. And to restrain a being such as the Lord without anybody being able to remember a thing, none of the noble families should have such capabilities. If they did, this must be a very old clan. Let me see the rubbings you took. Circles hands him the papyrus sheets. Ah. This does seem to be some component of a curse. Average mages from the capital academy do not learn curses, you know. Does this imply you do? Censor smiles. I am no average mage. What I mean is that the academy forbids such knowledge, has for generations. If any of the clans had preparing a movement so large, I would have heard about it. But have you considered that your assailants might be commoners? But I thought commoners aren't taught magic. Yet here I stand before you. But there were so many of them. Who are they, and where did they come from? Shouldn't you have some idea already? Why do people keep telling me that? If I must spell it out, you told me that they wear the same cloaks as you do. But our mentor only taught us in magic in theory. We can't use magic after all. Right, he wanted us to learn and teach those who come after us, told us we were the last Crown Mages left. You think your mentor is a liar then? Perhaps there are other sects that our mentor did not know about. We never communicated much with the outside world. Perhaps. But I think my idea is more likely. I don't like it, but it's not impossible. Elisus, what reason do we have to doubt our mentor? He left us to try and save our home. I must believe that he's doing everything he can. I don't doubt him. It's just possible he knew things that he wouldn't tell us. Everybody has their secrets, right? Especially commoners. I mean, look at yourselves. Both of you are the messengers of the Lord. Looks can be unassuming, knowledge hides everywhere. Secrets can always escape lineage. Thanks for your insight, Various. It wasn't much, but a decent start, I hope. A start is exactly what we need. If you say so, I won't refuse any gratitude if you insist upon it. Perhaps I'll find some way for you to repay me at a different time. Right. Then it's time for me and my associates to leave. Agreed. We'll be seeing you, Various. I hope we didn't give him the impression that he did us some big favor. If he comes collecting, I wouldn't worry about it. I have a pretty good grasp of what favor he asked for by now. Well, considering he's a bottom, he probably just asked Krokos the top, I guess. Oh, I know how that sounds, but shut up. Yeah, I didn't say anything. Well, I did. Anyways, we should find out what the hyenas have to say. If the cloak assailants are commoners, then they may have found something out. Hyena brothers, come on out. Boss! You called? Ah! Sorry, I'm still not used to that. You never will be. Let me break it down for you. Does anyone have a 3D model of the thinness doing the fucking Omni-Man? Doing like the Omni-Man meme? My brothers and I spent all morning crawling every inn and market in the city slums. And what did you find? Any mention of men in black and gold cloaks had always led back to one place. The hyena brother unfolds his paws and beckons to both of the crown mages. You two are the only ones who fit that description, and you found nothing else. Not a lick. It's as if the horde of mages you spoke of never existed. I'm beginning to question it myself. Well, it's a bit far-fetched, but all of us saw them. Sure, and you have no reason to make it up. Waste of Manera if you did. Yet something makes me doubt you. Maybe that's part of the curse too, if there is one. Perhaps we're really out of options, which means we have to see Drusus again. You're not used to indulging him by now. Let's see what else we can learn. He's bound to let something slip eventually. Crown mages and heroes rush to the market district and run into who they are after much sooner than they anticipate. Look, there he is. The Oracle. The crown mages pick out the Oracle among the sea of people milling about the forum. What's he doing? He has a bag of onions? The Oracle regrets that he is not yet free from earthly needs, such as grocery shopping. Well, never mind that. You knew we'd be attacked when we followed your advice and went to the temple, didn't you? The Oracle admits he knew the crown mages were in danger. He looks to the spot where Makari Hari stands. But as the Oracle told them once before, the presence of divine power occluded his ability to give certain predictions. So you did know. In spite of these events, the Oracle must wonder something aloud. He does not see any evidence of physical harm on the bodies of the mages, nor does he detect extreme emotional duress. He does, however, notice a renewed sense of purpose and a notable haste in the mage's steps. The Oracle must leave you to consider these events as he returns to his abode. Of course he does. You know, for a prophet, you barely tell us anything. The Oracle can no longer comprehend the sounds of the crown mage as he approaches his abode. The sound and sights of the boisterous lion begins to fade away. What a hole. Well, now the temple is uninvolved, the people are unaware, and the Oracle is silent. And our guides keep on disappearing too. Hey, not everyone is gone. That's right, still of us. You know, there's always another option, summoners. If you're looking for something that nobody can see, you've got to look for yourself instead. Time to do our own dirty work, boys. I know a way we could find them. You do? Well, it would be rather daunting and would require many paws. What do you need? Any spell robust enough to conceal Mokaki and their divine power would be rather inefficient. No matter a spell, magical energy must come from somewhere. The smell of rain, the dew of plants, and all the water that runs through Seder Fonzia like veins. If we can trace the concentration of life energy, I may sever the veins that empower their concealment. But Seder Fonzia is vast, and Bukaki could very well be held captive deep beneath the surface. This is not a job for one mage, but 100. And why not ask the council? There are plenty of competent mages among the House of Lords. Competent? They will have a good teacher. There are some miracles beyond my grasp yet, but the detection runes are simple enough. Let's move along now, summoners. Sorry. I'm like one of those audiobooks, but spoken through one of those AI people instead of through an actual person, and they don't understand intent. Just like everything. Most AIs these days, they see everything at face value and never intent, and apparently also very shitty memory. And so they leave for the council building, knowing Senator Tamayos is their best chance at working with the House of Lords. When they arrive, they are greeted by the familiar sight of the hyena and panther bickering loudly in the gardens. Those two really are inseparable. Impossible. Simply impossible. Ah, you mean improbable. One understanding of the impossible keeps shifting these past few weeks. Don't argue semantics with me, you still play a traitor's game. At least they're never hard to find. Ah, good afternoon, Crown Magus. I was hoping for a few more days of respite before another fateful meeting, but so be it. Welcome, messengers of the Lord. Are you in need of something? To keep it short, yes. We need the help of the entire House of Lords. The entire house? Let me explain. Oh my. You don't just need any men, you need mages too. Well, you're right, the House of Commons won't be much help. Most don't know magic. Then what do you need, Senator? What do you think, Senator? I respect your resourcefulness, you two. But by now it would be stubborn to say you cannot provide results, so I have little reason to believe this won't work. But the House of Lords are not errand boys. We are proud, and our blood runs ancient. The messengers of the Lord or not, you are commoners. You're really gonna say that, after everything? Now that everybody in the gardens has heard this outburst, the House of Commons will support you, Crown Magus. Huh, of course you would. Asking favors is one thing, but if you want the House of Lords to do your bidding, you'll need to convince us. I'm not gonna make your argument on your behalf if you don't even know how to phrase it. Then let's find the right words right now. Are we really doing a trial for this? Convince Timaeus to assist in uncovering the occultists. Well, I guess we picked Mukaki again since we're on the Mukaki influence now. He's double fucking healing again, bro. Go on then, make your case. I think this is gonna be dreadfully simple. It is? Just watch. Double exalted. Oh. Let's get rid of, I'm feeling red. Ooh, one. Very nice. So my cards. No, my exalted element! No! Please! Please! Oh. Oh. Ah! No idea how relieved I am. Let's put this plainly. There are powerful magicians in your midst who may command power over the Lord. You gonna do that? You are. You're gonna get yourself 3 energy. 3 energy. Lucky you. Oh, I'm gonna steal your shit. Gimme. If these cloaked men are nobles, then they must be one of 2 things. The first option is foreign subterfuge, the second would then have to be commoners. Good, you can see where I'm going with this. Red. Blue. Yeah, exalted element anyways. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? You did all that. You did all that smoke just to... Okay, bro. Fuck it. Give me back. Give me back her clouds. me see if he has any reds. Are you fucking... Aha! He really did that, didn't he? Okay. This one. Blessed Trial and Altar Trial, I see. So what do you think will happen to the Order in our Republic suddenly a large group of commoners commanding the power of the Lord? If you are unaware of their existence, then they must have something against the nobility. It is a frightening possibility, and one that could be a risk to the nation. I don't have any blue, so... He has exalted... He pulled an exalted element with that one card that he had. Is you for serious, baby? Yeah, that's the win. That's the dub. Oh, matching cards. Look at that. It's good for drawing 2 cards, to be honest. That's all Zermes is useful for. Short and sweet. That's convincing enough to me. Well, I know how important time well spent is to your council. You? Watch your mouth. Right. With that settled, Timaeus and I will enlist some men for special interest contingency. Key members from both houses must remain to deal with the dictator. An awful lot of trouble, mind you. We'll have the best chance of success if we begin where the attack took place. If that's the case, we can meet before sundown at the temple. Very good. We'll see you soon. This had better not be a waste of time. Only politicians can say freeing Jesus is a waste of time. After arriving at the temple, Krokos and the Crown Mages gathered the supplies they need for the detection spell. However, the curse placed on the acolytes produces some strange effects that hinder their progress. Eh? What are you doing? Those tablets are for the censers. We burned the incense now for nightly prayer. We asked to take the corner first, but you said that was for the candles. We need some place where the council mages can make rubbings of Krokos runes. Why? This is a temple, not a mage academy. They already have one of those. We already told you it's because of the attack. What attack? It's like he's stuck in a loop. Well, it's not his fault, but I'm getting tired of repeating myself. Everybody in here. We brought some men. We brought some men. We brought the men. The men. Let's get this over with. Right, Circles has prepared a carving of the runes for the detection spell. Stroke the papyrus gently with the charcoal. Don't press too hard. I will now prepare the main ritual. Krokos uses charcoal in his paw to construct a series of circles around the ancient stonework flooring. Holding his crystal dagger out at a full distance, he mutters to himself as runes begin to illuminate the temple. Huh, that's odd. Well, it should feel odd to you. It's magic. I mean, it just feels like I've seen something like this before. Huh, me too, actually. Well, that's unlikely. I've never performed this spell before. Frankly, I'm making most of it up as I go. Is that how it's supposed to work? Vitus, that's how it all used to work. That's why it was called spellcraft. Each magician has a different speed in their fingers, a different weight into their lines. Every spell was unique and had a personal touch. I saw how they taught magicians at their so-called academy. They memorize patterns which are approved and standardized. They don't make new ones. Well, if a pattern gets the job done, perhaps, but they're weak, and they're scrubbed clean of any sense of personality. And usually they can only do one thing. The most interesting spells could do different things at different times of the year, or they could do different things for different people. There was once an illusion spell so large and so complex that the caster managed to live within it as if it were a mansion. They don't make them like they used to, huh? Kroko slices the air through the air with his dagger. They certainly don't. Wonder what it would be like to live inside an illusion spell. As Zermes. We don't need to talk about me. Agreed. What will you say to Krokos? Comfort him, point out practicality of comfort him. Well, I don't see any. Whatever. What's the biggest spell you've ever crafted? Well, there was once a lord who had more land that he knew how to use. Of course, he gave it to me just to see what I could do with it. So I carved runes into the clay bed of his lake, filled the cracks with sand and the bit of his fur, melted that sand into glass with lighting. And this spell made for him a mirror upon the surface of the lake, the very ripples reflecting iridescent memories from his past. Whoa. How long did that take you? About a decade off and on. At first it showed beautiful vistas and touching moments of those the Lord loved dearly, but as the years passed he began to see ripples of his failures, splashes of his violence and wave of those who died long ago. Eventually the lake became a void, only reflecting his aged visage back at him among the sea of stars before his own demise. Do you think it was a failure? No, not particularly. For a long time that man found much enjoyment in the magic I crafted, and I find unraveling the depths of mankind just as fascinating. But why do you spend a decade of your life on it? To prove that I could. Huh. I enjoyed it. Would you search something like that one day? You're willing to wait 10 years? Well, I probably want to do other things during that time. Given the right inspiration, I may take even longer. Still, I like to see magic like you described, provided that its beauty isn't so fleeting. Then perhaps I'll perfect it one day. Now get out of the way of that window, you're blocking the light! Ah, sorry. Hercules, I should be ready to cast a spell. And the mages have made the rubbings of the detection runes. Very well, it's about time we begin. Krokos instructs the gathered mages to spread themselves throughout Seder Fonzia, placing their runes around the city like threads in a grand spider's web. Setting sun is the cue for the ritual to begin. 100 mages chanting throughout the streets with Krokos at the center of it all, the largest feat of spellcraft performed in centuries. Now the ritual is underway. Get back, everyone. Humidity increases along with the heavy scent of rain. Clouds gather to shroud the starry sky outside, as if life itself is being drawn in and condensed. There it is! It's a flash of light. A tremendous bolt of lightning strikes somewhere not so far away. And with that, their curse and their concealment should be severed. Wait a minute. There were men with black cloaks yesterday. Seems the spell worked. Amazing. Everybody was screaming. Crown mages, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to doubt you. I still follow the word of the Lord. I promise, I swear. Hee. Ah, that's alright. You were cursed and unable to remember. Curse? On a sanctified site such as this? Actually, the curse was carved into the foundations. Crown mages, I'm picking up traces of the location. Follow me, quickly. Which way? Down the street. This way. But boss? Hey, Nabras, we picked up the trail. You know, we can tell you where it leads and what happened. Then don't keep them waiting. A passageway opened up in the slums. We know where it is. There's weird people showing up in cloaks that look like yours. They're creepy. People all around the city are panicking, as if they suddenly remembered all sorts of things they once forgot about. Oh, really? So this wasn't even their first attack. Crown mages, we ought to hurry. If they open up their passageway, then they know we must be onto them. Sounds like they're trapped down there. Good. Follow us. We know the way. Divinity and betrayal. Where does betrayal... The crown mages, heroes, and Reese follow the hyenas into the slums. They approach a row of thatched roof houses placed above uneven and cracked foundations. The alley behind the houses subsides with a sharp decline, leading them lower and deeper below the stonework. I have a feel... I don't... Do I remember this? I kind of do, but I don't. Wasn't it Kairos? They enter a door leading to a set of descending stairs. Can't see a thing down here. Wait, where's that light coming from? Get down! A flash of light arcs towards crown mages. Herclaus tackles them to the ground. Bodies fall from the narrow alcoves above the stairwell, their spells having fried each other. The smell of shocked flesh and fur follows. There will be more ahead. Aye. How about you? Those spotted blokes and I scout ahead first. Keep Vitus and Valises back from any trouble. That may be best, but I don't like to leave them alone. No need to worry about that. They're in my capable paws. Ah. Zermes is a good bodyguard in a pinch. He saved us when we first met the hyenas. There's no need to vouch for me. My results speak for themselves. I can fix them up if they get injured. That's all I needed to hear. I'd rather not be injured to begin with. Into the pit, men. Yeah, into the pit. Which one? You want the left or the right? Aye. Heh. The fighters charged down the stairs through many mages and their traps, clearing the path for the crown mages. Vitus and Valises descend slowly, the narrow passageway flanked by rows of ancient-looking halls and aqueducts. The lower they go, the darker it gets, the torches having been knocked out along the mages who held them. Rose casts a spell on his dagger, illuminating the path before them with an ethereal glow. Sound of fighting settled down. They pass beneath an archway that leads to a large clearing. At first, all they hear is the chanting. In the center of the clearing are dozens of men shrouded in black cloaks. Hey, Valises? What? Doesn't this place feel familiar? We can talk about that later. So you noticed it too. This looks a little like home. Except it's all wrong. Look, the center of the room. Hey! Oh, he's bleeding. Mukaki strains again the somehow half-broken bindings as a group of cloak mages encircle him. You think you can chain me down? The devil Mukaki? Well, you can't even chain the belts on your pants. The mages don't really respond to the devil's taunts. They just follow him slowly, their ropes swaying as if they were death shrouds. But the bindings begin to move. The magic slithers into his flesh. Vitus and Valises watch on in horror. And the longer they watch, the more chains emerge from the demiurge's body. It burrows into his chest like a writhing parasite, then coils in around his neck. Strips of his flesh sever and mend in an agonizing cycle. The white of his bones and the glistening of his tendons briefly reveal themselves as the magic eats at every part of him. Chains snake above his head, forming a crown to mock him. It's pathetic, really. Devil grins, a trail of gore oozes from the side of his mouth as a chain grinds through his... Oh! Ouch! Look at you! All breaking a sweat in your bathrobes, trying to trap the embodiment of freedom. His pursuers disregard his insult. They keep walking towards him, chanting, unbothered by anything else but the droning recital. All this effort on magic and trickery, trying to hold me down when you mortals spend more effort than me while holding your bones within your frail bodies. The barbed chain slides deeper into him, parting his skin as if it were delicate paper. But he defies the glowing chains, latching his arm to the floor, stomping forward to laugh as the crown mage is approaching him. He's bleeding so much. How is he able to laugh at them still? He's kept his sanity even through thousands of years of confinement. Remember, he's not a person. And I mean that in the most respectful sense. Still, nobody deserves to experience this. Crown mages, it's good to see you hale and hearty. Cloak mages look over in their directions, making Vitus and Valises duck behind the rubble. Why do we give away our element of surprise? I command you to save me. Because he's impulsive. You said it yourself, he's not a person. He doesn't think like we do. Any time now, Vitus! Vitus! Valises. Please. For the first time... I actually felt kind of bad. For the first time, Vitas could hear the genuine pain behind Mukaki's words. For the first time, Vitas felt a true sense of sorrow for the devil. I won't allow this a moment longer. Footsteps approached them from behind. Herklaus and the rest of their companions had found their ways to them. There they are. Perfect timing. Our backup is here. Are you ready, Vitas? I'm ready. The ground mages turned to face Reese, Herklaus, and the hyenas. An opening presents itself in the clash of weapons and magic. Vitas and Felicis dash towards the bound Mukaki, but they run into somebody unexpected. Oh, so it was yeah, okay, right, it was Kairos. Felicis, Kairos? Fox saunters over to them. Boy, are we glad to see you. Where have you been? It wasn't easy to keep close to a lot of you without being spotted. Thankfully, I managed to get some valuable information about that binding spell. Might give us an advantage. Good. Let's hear it then. Crowd may just wait. His foot worked. That's an offensive stance. Well, of course it's offensive. We wouldn't want your enemies to think I'm on your side, would you? Herklaus, that's our friend. No. Something's not right. Magic. He casted something. Ah, I see you managed to summon the mage again. Kairos? So be it then. Fox twists the ruby in his walking stick, unsheathing a large slanted dagger. That's a wicked looking blade. Quickly the fox carves an arc in the air with his blade, and in an instant he appears a distance away from the group. I was hoping to waste your time a little longer, but you weren't supposed to have the power to bring the heroes back. What are you doing? You know what he's doing. He's betrayed us. Felicis tries to close the distance between himself and Mukaki, but his path is blocked when Kairos intercepts him with a blade to his muzzle. Back up. You're dealing with the crowd of crown mages here. Real ones. So that's why they can see the demiurges. Why have we heard of them before? Our mentor would have said something. You should be used to people lying to you by now, Vitas. Fox gives a smile and a wink. It's time for you to wise up. Man. Begin Makari. Stop Kairos and rescue Mukaki. Man. If this is the one thing I do remember, unfortunately. I fucking hate this. He has 4 fucking attack, bruh. Look at the woeful sight before you. What a pathetic creature this god turned out to be. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I know plenty. That's what I'm good at. I wonder what I can find out about you when you're this desperate and frantic. Fox bears his blade's edge to his Vitas. Don't you dare hurt him. Oh, I won't kill him. I enjoy toying with my prey far too much. Hey now, toying with the summoners is my job. Bruh. Oh. Good hand. Oh, my... Alright, let's go. Time to kick their ass. This it's kind of ass. Let's go ahead. Motherfucker gets 4 damn attack, dude. Like, what is this shit, bro? Let's see. Divine Favor. We got an Exalted Element as well. Oh, he's already swapping. Oh no. Holy shit, man. Why does he start his off cooldown? I thought Sulpicius brought you here to help us. And I'm glad you believed that. Not once have you seen him while you were here, haven't you? What have you done to him? Shit, there's some sort of magic messing with me. There's something wrong with the heroes. Keep Kairos busy while I try to summon Zermes again. Summoners, behind me. I won't let anyone hurt either of you. Strongest? Vahender. Took Circles. I never trusted you from the beginning. Oh really? Then how come you didn't speak up? I don't have to keep talking to you. You saw how Vitus was looking at me. Didn't want to come off as jealous now, did we? Shut up. I must stop them before they... I feel fit. Shit, we have to do something. Summoners, I'll guard you until my very last breath. Well, thanks, I suppose. I like them apples, bitch. I call this the can't do shit. The least you can do is tell us why you're doing this. Oh well, I suppose that's fair. You're restoring magic to the world by killing your god. What? Crown Magus, my strength. This isn't looking good. There isn't much time left. Who is he gonna add a cooldown to? Stop this, damn it! But where's the fun in that? You're quite the squirmer near a blade, Vitus. Seven attacking is not enough. Oh well, can't do much at this point. How could you do this? Actually, you did most of this yourselves. What point is there in worshipping a god when the miracle makers walk among us? People gathered here, they hold you both with the highest reverence. Because all the pain and all the prayer in the world never delivered anyone a miracle from that so-called god of yours. Where are you going with this? This cult believes the power of the god should belong to all of mankind, and that destroying them is the only way to restore the balance of the magical energy in this world. You're mental, summoners. A spell is siphoning life energy from Mukaki. It's coming from him. Take him down if you wish to save not much time. The last one's down. Bind them. Without the heroes to protect them, Vitus and Felicitas are swarmed by cloaked figures pushing them to the ground and binding their wrists and rope. Get off me. Vitus! You'll pay for this, Kairos. You see how bullshit this is? Winning hero, Kairos, Hero Pack 1. You bitch. Oh well. I hate it when people force losses on us. Well. The second time in how long now? I dare say you enjoy being tied up, Vitus. Maybe once this whole ordeal is over, I can walk you through the market on a leash. Don't you dare touch him. How could you betray us? You've been helping us this entire time. Doesn't make any sense. It sure made it easy to get close to you. Still more importantly, closer to Makari Hari. Well, I have to say, he sure does look a lot more evil than I thought he would. Not surprising, though. Must be a reflection of his wicked influence. You can't destroy a god. It's wrong. On the contrary, his utter destruction will benefit countless people. It would be wrong not to kill him. But he's your what? He's my friend. More of a friend than you were. Hell yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Vitus. It's not personal, you know. Just be happy about all the people you're going to save. Suddenly they hear footsteps. Oh hey, Sulpicius. One of the cloaked figures rushes towards Kairos. A dagger glimmers through the fox's throat, slicing through his fur. Kairos' blood splatters from his neck. He falls to the floor, limp and lifeless. Yeah! Yeah! No, the ritual. They killed the catalyst. More cloaked people arrive. More cloaked people arrive brandishing their swords as they counter the cultists. They aren't of our order. They brought reinforcements. We have to go. What about Makari Hari? Leave him. We're useless to the cause if we're dead. Yeah! Bitch! Vita stares at the fading light in Cairo's eyes, the fox's blood pooling on the floor. He isn't sure what to feel at the moment. Vita searches for emotions and to find the anger and contempt he should be feeling. Fox has done a great deal of things in his life to deserve this, but all Vitas feels is a sense of waste. Even if everything Kairos was is a lie, there's a sense of grief that Vitas lost a friend not once, but twice. Oh good, our energy's back. I'm gonna snap these bindings like a twig. Well, it's not impressive now that this whole ordeal is over now, is it? Who cares? We have more important things to do. First, let's get the crown mages out of their bindings. I don't know. The dead fox had a point. Rope is a good look on the... Stop. You're never as funny as you think. Hey, Sulpicius. Are you alright, gentlemen? That voice. I know that voice. Well, I should hope so. I haven't been absent that long. Sulpicius. We thought something terrible had happened. I've been perfectly fine, gentlemen. We'll discuss this later. He looks towards Cairo's blood pooling across the stonework. Vitus stares at the body again. Even in death, the fox still wears a grin. Crown mages, bring Kairos back. I implore you both. I acted in haste to save you two. His death is my responsibility. If you need any reason, Kairos would likely hold the key to all this mystery. If you do not revive him, then all of our questions will be left unanswered. I think I'm good. Hurry. I think I'm good. Circles. Yes. You can still bring him back to life, can't you? It's happened recently enough, so I can. But why would you want to? My thoughts exactly. Wouldn't that put the demiurges in danger again? No, the spell was severed. Recasting a ritual like that would take a lot of time and a lot of people. Then all the more reason to. But is he really worth it, Vitus? He betrayed us. I don't want him dead, Valises. You couldn't possibly have forgiven him. No, I haven't. But I won't suffer his murder either. Revive him, Circles. At once, Summoner. I wasn't happy about this. The bear mutters under his breath and rests his paw upon the fox's throat. The slowly pooling blood reverses its course, slipping back into the open gash across his jugular. They watch a spark of life return to the fox as his body shakes. He sputters out cough after cough of raspy air. Oof. Are the cultists gone? All but the one in front of me. Now, let's see how he likes being tied up. Do it, Herklaus. Gladly. Now, hold on. Yeah. Not another word from you. That's a good point. There's time enough for words later. My men can hold him from here. We have much to discuss. Vitus. Vitus rushes to the center of the temple where the runes on the floor still glow. Aww. Oh, that's a thumbnail. The great Mukaki lies on the floor, chest heaving, his shoulders sagging. For a god, Vitus has never seen the great devil look so frail and mortal. They were really gonna kill you, weren't they? A mortal killed the great Mukaki? Impossible. That's what I thought too. You're immortal, right? You can't die. You're supposed to exist forever. Well, yeah. No point getting emotional about something impossible. But it's not impossible, didn't you see? If it were possible, I'd be dead. But I'm not. Stop trying to act tough. We all saw what happened. Hey, why do you care about what happens to the devil anyways? Wouldn't that make everybody happy? My twisted influence would be no more. that jerk would get what he always wanted. You're not twisted, Mokaki. I know you don't believe that, and I don't believe that either. I told you, I believe in you. I just don't know what will happen if I die? Yeah, if you do. Leave it to a mortal who has lived so little. To be sad for a god who has lived so long. Did this? Yeah? I'll become powerful, more powerful, through you. I'll never let this happen again. I'll never have you worry for me. Never again. Okay? Okay. I'm not so good with emotions, Vitus. I know. Thank you. You will be my greatest follower. Aww. Aww. He kinda hot though. Crocus and Circles have broken seal. He's free. Ah, good. This place really was an old Crown Mage Academy, wasn't it? It's unmistakable, really. This place is authentic. Or at least, it was long ago. Gentlemen, more reinforcements have arrived. They've arrested the remaining cultists. We'll clean up everything down here. The hyenas and your bodyguard are unscathed as well. Our men escorted them to the surface. That's good to hear. Haha. What's so funny? Your disguise is gone. So you noticed. I was rather proud of it. Yeah, it must have been very helpful considering we never saw you coming. Or perhaps we weren't trying to look for you. Nonetheless, it did the job. But enough talk. The two of you should leave. Who knows where the rest of the cult could be lurking. I'm not going anywhere until you agree to tell us where you've been. Right, of course. I promise, we'll talk back at my estate. Tonight, or I'm leaving the capital. I'm with Vitus. That is fair. I've kept you two in the dark long enough. Tonight it is. Just know that I was always close by. If you say so. Weary but relieved, they make the journey through the dark passageway and back to the surface. And while many doubts remain, Vitus and Velisis feel closer to an answer. Of that cult lurking within the shadow of their wake. Of the god and devil whose divinity was strewn towards the border of mortality. And of the betrayal they were burdened with. Fucking bitch. Bitch, Kairos. Bitch. Bitch, bitch, bitch. After a long journey back, the crown mages and heroes are welcomed by Reese and the hyena gang. I'm about ready to collapse after all that walking. It's dawn outside. I'm so damn tired. Yeah, the crown mages are safe. Is everyone alright? I'm here as hearty as ever. You should worry more about yourselves. Put our necks on the line to help you two out, so don't go losing your heads anytime soon. I intend not to. At least Herklaus looks energetic. Of course, a proper skirmish like that gets the blood pumping. Besides, we exist to hear your call. Well, that's not how my blood gets pumping, but to each their own. At least no serious harm came to any of you. Do you feel any pain? Vitus? Velisis? I'm okay. I'm fine enough. No, you're both exhausted and I see the bruises on the both of you. You don't need to pretend to be tough around me. Your magic always does wonders. Thank you, Circles. I appreciate it. Of course you do. I'm being honest. Vitus just loves to be pampered. Cut it out. If you stop teasing the poor man, I have a report to give. Let's hear it, Reese. And thank you. A good deal, if not all, of those cloaked men successfully apprehended, and as you know, the former Governor Sulpicius was responsible for the arrival of the dictator's armed forces. But I thought Sulpicius was just a politician. How do you have that kind of manpower at his disposal? As governor, he did have some power over our forces. Bloke's famous after the victory of Irinipolis, mind you. He's infamous too after such a long disappearing act. Huh. Well, it sure looks like he had his reasons for hiding, yeah? I really love to hear them. I'm thinking the same thing. Hate to interrupt, but my brothers and I spent all night crossing blades to save your fur. We fought well, right? Right, you should all get some rest. I'll come for the payment in the morning. Till the next assignment. boss. Ugh! My muscles are all stiff from that shoddy spell. You'll recover, right? Of course I'll recover. I'm the Great Mukaki. I just didn't need to be reminded that I was bound for thousands of bloody years. It's a little too soon, if you know what I mean. You should be grateful that these two freed you at all, and twice for that matter. Oh, you're back as well, Makari Hari. I was wondering where you had gone. Wait, you're telling me he was hiding? Of course I was hiding. Without me, the crowd mages wouldn't have been able to use the heroes to save you. What? It's true, Mokaki. He helped us save you. Are you really gonna phrase it like that? The truth is the truth, you ungracious devil. Ugh. Well, whatever then. Let's just call it even for all those years you had me in prison. You can't imagine the thought of saying thank you to me, can you? Nope! It's good everyone survived. Right, despite witnessing 2 near deaths, we're still standing. Most shouldn't witness a single death, let alone so many. And those in a healthy state of mind don't speak of life so matter-of-factly. Circles is right. I think you're still in shock. Go rest. You two need it. But you still haven't talked to Sulpicius yet. He can wait. He's made the two of you wait this long. What's a few hours more? I just need... That's right. They're right, Vitus. We should rest. We won't have our wits about us if we're half asleep anyways. Tell you what. If anybody stops by, I'll wake you both up. Will you rest then? Alright, alright. Sleep well then, Summoners. I'm so glad that the new episode is coming out in 2 days. Because this is a shitty fucking cliffhanger. To go off of. Valises finds himself overcome with exhaustion, passing out as soon as he lands upon his bedding. He just slumps forward and leaves a hole in the bed because of his snout. But Vitus cannot stop his thoughts from growing louder when things are quiet and when he's alone. The voices of his companions and foes play back in his mind, filling the gaps of silence. He hangs on to each and every word, wondering what other paths of fate he could have followed. That, if he had listened with more intention, he would not have been so clearly used and betrayed. He wonders if his nights will ever be so quiet again. A part of his very soul misses a time when there was nothing on his mind save the stars in the sky, and Valises resting by his side. His heart pounds and he does not sleep, until exhaustion takes hold of him and the world becomes quiet once more. Vitus, Valises. Wake up, Sulpicius is here to see you. Is he? Finally. It's about time. Couldn't agree more, gentlemen. Sulpicius. You've been gone for weeks. That's right. It's been one awful thing after another since we arrived. We've been waiting all this time for you. Do you have any idea what we've been through? Quite a bit, in fact. Huh? How exactly would you know? Yeah, you haven't even been here. On the contrary, this whole time I've never been very far away. What? You've got to be kidding. Allow me to explain. As you know, when I first returned to the capital, the dictator had already stopped attending the council. I tried to arrange a meeting with them, but quickly realized it wasn't the dictator blocking me, but the lobbyist Nikos. I certainly couldn't just give up, so I resolved to investigate him. And through some rather unsavory methods, I achieved results. He fucked someone. I knew someone had to be helping him in secret. A provincial noble like him couldn't possibly have as much influence in the capital on his own, despite his charms. Are you implying the cult was secretly colluding with Nikos? Precisely, but I didn't know that at the time. Back then, I went to discuss my investigation with Varius. He already had a bad temper, and Nikos putting himself between him and the dictator made things worse. Varius told me his network of spies were investigating Nikos with every effort. Varius has a network of spies? Evidently, it's a poor idea to antagonize the dictator's right-hand man. Remind me never to piss him off. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about. After all, Varius also planned to spy on you too. What? Why would he want to investigate us? Rumors of your deed in Irinipolis had already spread far. He wanted to confirm if they were true. I struck a bargain with him, and they sent Kairos to look after you in my stead. Does that mean Kairos is a spy? That's impossible. Then why was he helping the cultists? He's a spy. He was only doing his job. But this... even if Kairos was a spy, why didn't you come to see us? That was a condition of the deal. After what happened in Iranipolis, Varys didn't trust me either. Besides, it was to my advantage. With Nico's eyes fixed upon you, he wouldn't notice me skulking in the shadow. Well, we certainly do attract attention. Glad to hear you've got some self-awareness. So I tried looking into Nico's and his connections. Initially, there was nothing out of the ordinary. No matter how I looked, Nico's was without fault. He seemed able to conjure Monera from thin air, sweetening the favors of others. Even nobles who had sworn to drive that rebel apologist out of the capital were soon unable to take their eyes off him. He's undeniably social, but even charm cannot sway minds like this. But neither Varys nor I could figure him out. It wasn't until you brought about miracles that many clues came to light. The miracles? What does this have to do with them? Gentlemen, did you really not notice? I thought you had spotted the strange phenomena after each of your miracles. They help us a great deal, you know. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Simply put, the cultist curses started to fray one by one. The temple's acolytes began seeking help from the academy, claiming they recalled events they had not seen before. Counselors reported that merchants' long-lost wares had begun appearing out of nowhere. Senators who had previously supported Nikos drastically changed their attitudes. Soon enough, these scattered phenomena connected. Various sensed traces of magical energy beginning to coalesce in vast quantities. Ah, the divine energy from our miracles. And a greedy ritual sapping even the capital's vast oasis dry. Through each miracle, the capital's latent energy was fortified by their divine energy. If I had to theorize, I'd say the cultists must have deliberately exploited this residual divine energy for their ritual. Uncovering each conspiracy following your miracles led us to uncover the cult's existence. But there's one thing I don't get. Why did the miracles break the curses? At the time Various put this quite simply, those mages had a choice to make. Either upkeep their curses to keep aiding Nikos, or redirect their efforts to power the magic circle. There was no room for half measures. Not when their target was the Lord himself. Then you knew. Yes, we knew about the magic circle and Varys did consider destroying it, but by the time it was already too powerful, Varys was unwilling to break it for fear of the damage it might cause. And then, as you know, they launched their attack. You mean to say they harnessed the Lord's divine energy to capture the Lord themselves? I can scarcely imagine such a thing possible. But then we saw Drusus. He was never far from wherever we look, always stoking the flames of belief in you two and the Lord. In that case, you're implying Drusus is a member of the Crown Mages, aren't you? What do you mean? His prophecies may have been, well, vague, evasive, and confusing, but it's undeniable he helped us too. There were signs, Vitus. Even Krokos was suspicious of the magic he employed. Undeniably so, that oracle helped you, and in more ways than you may have realized, but he ceased his activities almost immediately after you performed the first miracle. We began to question his intentions. After all, he was a prophesizer, a figure of idolatry among the nobility. Did you notice that oracle's attitude shift after all your miracles? Yes, he was rather withdrawn at first, but later he redirected his followers towards us, professing our miracles in connection to the Lord. And you must admit the belief of these nobles benefited Lord Makari Hari, and in turn helped manifest your miracles. I guess that's true. Not that I was glad for it. We had nobles hunting us down outside the estate. Various and I believe his sudden change stemmed from the cult altering their plans midway. What plans? You mean that magic circle? Precisely. The ritual required a vast amount of energy, so they helped you bring about miracles. Gathering divine energy was the most crucial step in their conspiracy to capture Lord Makari Hari. So you suspect Drusus is a member of the cult because he promoted our miracles? Couldn't it be that he simply decided to help us on a whim? I believe he's too cold-hearted to do that. I admit there's no solid evidence, only correlations. But Various and the spies of Pruna have been keeping a close watch on that oracle for some time now. That's all I have to tell you. Soon Various will petition the House of Lords to erase the magic circle carved in the capital temple. Wait, so how long did Varius already knew about the cult? Why did he pretend he knew nothing? Only after your miracles did we uncover clues related to the cult. I figure he held suspicions of your association. Besides, do you not agree that Censor had more pressing concerns whenever you met him? Was he suspicious even when they attacked us? To some extent, I don't believe Varius trusts anybody. He's rather helpful, but he's a shrewd man, always acting after testing one's intentions first. Hmm. I'm beginning to think all politicians are actually awful. Listen, I'm truly sorry. I watched you delve into another crisis. I let you be found guilty in court. It's not your fault exactly. Yeah, you had your own crisis to deal with. Gentlemen, you two really are something. After your pardon, the most important voices within the Republic believe the same. Vitus, Felicis, I am proud of how far you both have come. I regret that my absence and my deception had caused you pain. And while you had gathered allies in this hostile city, what you needed most was another friend you could trust. Perhaps in my investigations I have failed in that role, so for that I'm sorry. Vitus, Felicis, will you forgive this old man? You know, we really missed you, Governor. I mean, ex-Governor. He's just so piteous, Felicis. I know. Just so piteous? He means to say that he missed you. All of us did. Would that I could say the same. I was always aware of your movements. You wouldn't believe how hard it was to not lend you some help. I wish I had done more to ease your burdens. Crown mages each take one side of Sulpicius and embrace him as if to say welcome back. Now, there's no need to show this much gratitude. Elisa jabs Noble in the side. Ow! That's for making me worry. Fair enough. We forgive you, Sulpicius. And thank you for looking out for us. The two release Sulpicius. He rubs his side and clears his throat before continuing. Now then, I have somebody else I would like you to meet with tonight. Do you think you can both handle it? So long as it doesn't involve somebody ready to worship us? Hey, Vitus. I doubt no is even an option, so why not? Very good. You may enter now. The door behind them creaks open as a flash of red fur. You're looking lively, my beautiful crown mages. You bastard! Sulpicius, why is he here? Crown mages? I heard you yelling from the other room. Oh, that pretty boy's back. If you need someone to slice his neck again, just let me know. Enough, all of you. I told you they'd be dramatic. Dramatic? You tried to kill a god. Are you gonna let me explain? What's there to explain? Get a grip and listen. I want to hear his sorry excuse. Fox freezes as Mukaki raises his voice. You really can see and hear him, can't you? Suppose you two aren't as special as you thought you were. Right. We believe nobody else knew of these rituals our mentor taught us. Fox sighs. There is much the Republic doesn't know about you and those cultists that bear the same title. But you must differ in some fashion. After all, the Lord and his heroes are only loyal to you. So, do you really work for the Republic? Aye, I'm an informant, although many would call me a spy. We've been watching Drusus' movements for a rather long time. It was difficult to make a move until your arrival spurred that cult into action. I have some magical talent, an upbringing for spellcraft, and I'm not so bad at charming naive men who like softer smiles. Carlos locks eyes with Vitus. I did anything necessary to show the cultists how close I had gotten to you. In doing so, I became the obvious choice to be put in charge of the ritual. So you weren't trying to harm Makari Hari? Well, putting on a charade does mean I had to play that part. Know that it gave me no pleasure inflicting harm upon a god, and I was ready to sabotage the ritual if our subterfuge had failed. I would never allow Makari Hari to die. He's our founding father after all. Even if he's a bit more rough around the edges than I anticipated. He says you look rough. I'm used to putting on an act, so sorry that was too convincing. But we had to kill you to stop the ritual. After seeing Circles' miracles, my demise became a part of our plan. Sulpicius was the deal that's fatal blow and exposed the cultists. I don't normally gamble with my own life, but Sulpicius was sure that you would command Circles to revive me. Well, you were wrong. If If I was Vitas, I would have told you to go stuff it and die. I'm relieved that I was right. And so by playing the sacrificial lamb, I ensure your victory from the very beginning. How's that for fixed odds? I changed my mind. He's not so bad after all. I pledged my life to the Republic, and knowing you had a guy who could raise the dead, well, I can't say I was morbidly curious to see what it was like to lose it. So, what was everything you did enact? Fox shrugs casually. Only what was necessary. And you weren't scared? Knowing you'd have to die for the ritual to be stopped? Sometimes being scared is the most interesting part. Keeps you feeling things, you know. That importance is in my kind of work. Everybody dies someday, let's just say I wanted a peek. I still fucking hate you. There's a moment of silence as flashes of Cairo's bloodied and lifeless body is stretched to the forefront of the Crown Mage's minds. Did you like what you saw? Not exactly. It's not exactly clear anymore. I think I felt a spark of something, but the exact feeling is lost on me. For a moment they wonder if the fox is still putting on some act. Anyway, thanks for the bargain, Sulpicius. I should head out. Vitus, Felicis, I doubt you'll be seeing much of me for a while. If you're ever in the capital and need help, consider my services, won't you? Fox is halfway out before either of them can respond, but stops before completely leaving. By the way, remember to seek out Drusus again. Is he not our enemy? Thing is, I'm not entirely sure he is your enemy, but he helped attack us. I don't recall ever saying that. That order came from elsewhere. He was not present during the ritual, and the Republic has no solid grounds to apprehend him. Then why would he want to seek him out? Because now you must know how involved he really was. He must have so very many questions. Now then, thank you for having me, Lord Sulpicius. Anytime, Kairos. He's gone. Well, he did what he was supposed to, didn't he? I suppose so. I know he helped us, but it still feels wrong. You don't like having secrets kept from you. Does anyone? Like he's want to talk. Both look like you need a break, and then some. Leave the business with the Oracle for tomorrow. I'll have my servants prepare a feast tonight. I'm not sure I can eat much after what's happened. Hey now, I think a hearty meal will do us good. I have no idea how you can be so hungry all the time. You're usually thinking too hard to realize just how hungry you are. Come over here. We can help the servants prepare dinner. I still hate you, Kairos. Not to mention your fucking your card in trials is useless as shit. Valises pulls Vitas by the arm into the kitchen, knowing his companion needed distraction more than most. The demiurgers, however, stay behind and watch from afar. So, Makari Hari, mind if we talk? I always mind if we talk. Okay, but you're the only one like me. You know what that was. You mean a near-death experience? Yeah. The ritual was pretty bloody different from the one that sealed me. If either of us ceased to be, what would it mean for the world? Well, that's simple. Oh, really? I come back. What do you mean, come back? This world simply cannot function without order. If order remains there, then a part of me is still a part of the world. I return in some way, I'm sure of it. Even if it wasn't you, a different body with different memories. I don't know, considering it's never happened. I wonder what mortals think. They die all the time. Well, the dead ones aren't exactly sharing what being dead is like, are they? They might be. It's just possible that mortals don't have the ability to listen. No way they ever know. But I'd rather not hear from you if you did disappear. You prick! Freedom brings balance to this world, so I'm not going anywhere. If I died, I'd be the first person you'd be the first person I haunt when I come back. Very well, I'm sure you would be. The path walked. Following morning, the Crown Mages hunt down the Oracle, eager to press him for answers. There he is. Kroko, stop him! With a flash of Kroko's crystal dagger, the alligator remains frozen in place by some manner of curse. Drusus has no reason to evade you any further. That's why I like to say too when I get caught. Drusus must wait for his pursuers to question him first before he can go in peace. As if anything about you is peaceful. Were you really the one who orchestrated that cult to attack us? Once Drusus organized a faction of crown mages. Are you really also a crown mage? Why have we never heard of another group of crown mages? Drusus cannot answer, for he can only foresee what future may happen, not what has already occurred. He's evading our questions again. Perhaps he truly doesn't know. Maybe he didn't know about us either. But if you're really one of us, why would crown mages want to do these things? Why did you want to eliminate Makari Hari? Isn't he the creator? If Makari Hari truly disappeared, what would happen? Of simple life would bear thy crown. The scales demand what little fate paid down. A winter long of pitiful harvest, the world awaits a bound light unharnessed. Is this precognition? But he's not drawing upon crystal or rune work. That doesn't sound like it's answering my question. Why can't you just give a proper answer for once? Drusus is not unwilling to answer, but is constrained by the form of prophecy. Constraints on what? Your words? That's just his excuse. Drusus know the messengers seek answers, but they do not need prophecy for the mentor. Vitus and Velisis himself will answer them. Our mentor? What? You know where he is? How can we meet him? They will meet before too long, so long as they follow where the Red River flows. Drusus has said all there to be said, and he beseeches the messengers to let him depart. Why should we let him go? If you beseech us, shouldn't you drop that strange manner of speaking and speak for yourself? Yes, your obtuse words show no sincerity at all. Drusus finds this difficult. His position prevents him from speaking from his own perspective. Ugh, enough already. Vitus, how about we tie him up and take him back to Sulpicius' estate? Forget it. Let him go. What? Why? He might be the mastermind behind everything. Well, I don't think so. He warned us about the attack after all. Besides, I don't want to stay at the estate with this person. Maybe we could get more information from him? Do you think he'll answer us? Drusus must remind the messengers once more that all answers lie with their mentor. In 2.5, baby. Fine. Velisis gestures towards Crocus, and the mage releases the curse he used to bind Drusus. Drusus thanks the two messengers for their generosity. After expressing his gratitude, Drusus hurries away as if fleeing, and soon disappears from sight. Hey! as if it were prophecy itself, Drusus slips into the crowd at the speed the eye can barely follow. That wouldn't also be magic, would it? No, he certainly didn't use any magic. I'm starting to think that his specialty isn't prophecy but running away. Thank you for restraining him, Crocus. It was just a small curse. Yes, your magic finally came in handy. Has my magic ever not come in handy? Do I need to point it out? Stop arguing, you two. Vitus, we better tell Sulpicius about what happened. He said he'd be waiting at the council building. Time to climb stairs again, I suppose. During the long walk, they think over what Drusus had said. A river, huh? The only river that runs with it is the one flowing out of the capital, towards the front lines of the rebel occupation. I think most sane people wouldn't step onto a battlefield for a second time in their lives. That's a luxury the rebels never had, you know. Oh, you're back. Varius said we wouldn't be seeing you for a while. Lord Varius can be short-sighted. He's very small after all. Either way, I'm glad to see you two are safe and well. Safe and well? Aye, I was under direct orders from the rebels to keep you two safe. The rebels? Would have told you earlier, but there was too much danger. You sent us to Gaul. Wolf gives them a look of mild confusion. Bit extreme maybe, but there's nowhere safer than a Gaul, is there? Not when the Gauler might end your life for the severity of the crime. Oh, I see you both are alive and well enough, so the plan was perfect, no? It's hard to believe you had a plan at all. Maybe you just like taking credit for other people's work. Either way, my job here has failed. The council is functional again, and negotiations with the rebel forces will continue. I recognize my failures, but at the same time, I have found a truly important purpose. I sincerely ask you two and your men to travel with me. We can help those who are actually in need. Help you? And the rebels? The ones who started this war? Over our dead bodies. Wolf blinks. But you see, I put a lot of work to make sure that the two of you didn't become dead bodies. So if we can skip the unpleasant formalities, just come with me immediately. Please. Are you a lunatic? No way. Well, my orders came from your mentor. That's enough reason for you both, no? You be safe with me, and certainly safe with him. There are many there who need your help. This is a trap. Of course it's a trap. I understand why you think that, but there are no tricks here. Frankly, I'm not good at asking for favors, but you both have lived here for some weeks now. Just take a look around sometime and think for a moment. You too aren't stupid. Does this look like the kind of place where people are hurting? Do you see anybody around in need? They're running fountains with flowers in them in the middle of a bloody desert. If you really want to see why there's a war in the first place, then I think it would be a good time to meet the rebel command. At least then you'll be able to understand their principles and decide for yourself whether this is justified or not. Vitus, no. Well, maybe he does have a point. Vitus, no. This man is a schemer and a deceiver. Multiple things can be true at once. What if our mentor's out there? He could have been the one who gave Nikos his orders. Vitus, we don't even know if Nikos has real orders. He could have made up every single thing. And Drusus as well? Conspiring with them? Well, probably. Your mentor's name is Aristotle, isn't it? I hope you'll think it over carefully, but I'll respect your decision. How much time do we have before you leave? Tomorrow morning by the river gate. I'll wait outside of your host's estate for your decision, then I'll leave at sunrise, with or without you. Very well. Wolf nods again, then passes them by the bridge on the bridge without looking back. If we go by boat, we'll be traveling through the front lines. Spears were designed for the water, you know. I'll keep you safe on land and sea. Don't bother, we're not going. Right, Vitus? Vitus! Vitus, answer me. What's here for us if we stay? Well, if there's a reason territories keep rebelling, then it's not gonna stop unless we find out why. Don't you want to get our home back? Well, yes, I just thought we should discuss it first. Discuss what? Sulpicius. Well, the men of the hour have arrived. Various? Don't the both of you get tired of being the center of attention? Supposing a cult lurking beneath the capital and being crucial to bring them to their knees? I wonder what you'll do tomorrow. Well, that's the thing. We're considering leaving the capital tomorrow. Tomorrow? But we've only just... I suppose it's my own fault I didn't try harder to spend time with you two. But I couldn't risk exposing myself. We understand. Lord Nikos requested we travel with him to the rebel territories. That man? So he's really tucking tail after all. Good. Though leaving the capital might not be a bad idea. There's no small number of nobles who have been taken in by the allure of the cult of the crown mages. Oh? They wouldn't let you have much peace if you stayed. If you two insist on going with that man, then I should come with you. Lord Varius, Lord Sulpicius, your appearance is needed in the council. Bah! Council can wait a little longer. Listen well, Vitus Velisis. It might be good to play nice with him for now, but I shouldn't have to tell you to be wary of that man. And Krokos? Yes, censor. It's not every day I get to meet a living legend. I will miss our talks. The existence of a person like you gives me more hope for this era. Thank you for giving me that. Listen, I'll try and make time in my schedule for you both before you go. Various and Sulpicius disappears behind a curtain. Pardon me, but I couldn't help but overhear this conversation. If you really are being asked to meet with the rebels, I think it would do everybody good to see where they're coming from. Please listen to what they have to say with an open mind. It could save many lives if you do. But most importantly, keep the interests of our republic in mind. Don't forget what they took from you. They're the provocateurs of this conflict. We certainly won't forget our experiences in the capital. Well spoken, if carefully phrased. Don't be too quick to forget the people who helped you here either. The world is a terribly uncaring place, but you'll always find somebody somewhere who's good. even if they are traitorous scum. I see. Well, thank you both. We wish you good health and good fortune on your travels, Crown Mages. I have a feeling we'll meet again someday. Let's have tea the next time you find yourself in Seder Fonzia. Well, I won't have to wait long cause 2.5's so because 2.5 is literally in 2 days from now. And I don't really have anything else to do considering, well, ironically, FNAF Secret of the Mimic has already came out, but it seems like there's a lot of problems with it at the moment. So I'm gonna give it a rain check until it actually becomes properly done. I mean, they did delay the thing anyways. So you've come around to the idea then, have you? I have. What changed your mind? Lord Various brought up a good point. It's probably not a good idea to stay here very long, especially with the war still brewing. Do you think we'll really see our mentor again? Well, if he's alive and not here in the capital, that doesn't leave many reasonable places left to look now, does it? I just wonder how he's going to explain himself. Now I've got even more questions than I have to ask. I feel the same. Crown Mages! Karihari? What's the matter? It's what's usually the matter. The devil once again is acting like a complete child. He heard you were leaving the capital and now he's refusing to go with you. Excuse me? Well, we can't have that. Yeah, we and the heroes need his power if we're going into rebel territory. Let's fetch him, shall we? Let's. Now what's going on here? Remember, pursue your own desires. That is the world. What is he wearing? We both know what he's wearing. Seeking freedom is the best way to serve me. Your god, your beloved Makari Hari. Oh, Arthur, Acolyte Chaos is not looking. I see how your eyes gaze upon that batch of wine. Who is to deny you a little treat? Your hand is right to linger so. It would be delicious. It would be delicious. I don't think anyone can hear him. Oh, is that the new batch of wine, Acolyte Arthur? I don't think they need to. Well, yes. Let's celebrate with a small tasting, Recall the words of the Holy Archive. The fruits of our labor befall the prosperous, but the sweetest fruits are savored at once. This wine is not produced to be savored, it's to be used in a public ritual. Yet you will not taste it to assure its quality. You cannot give the people swill. My thoughts exactly. Allow me to try it. Savor what you deserve. Hey. Oh. Hello, my greatest followers. You seem to be enjoying yourself, but Valises and I have to go. Have to go? That's a bummer. We barely got to know each other. Mortals really do die so quickly. A blink and their lives are snuffed out. I can't with this, man. I'm so glad that this all culminated in us seeing Mukaki and Makari Hari's garments. It'll be mighty tough to part ways, but I hope you two live as you want it. Huh? Do we look ready to keel over to you? You're coming with us. We're meeting the rebels on the front lines. Sounds noble, but I want to stay here. I found a new purpose in my temple. By pretending to be Makari Hari, I'm just embracing the inevitability of syncretism by wearing Makari Hari's undergarments. Why not? Look, hey, how closely have you been looking? Anyways, don't forget how much we've done for you. We need your power and you need us to be your voice. Nobody else can hear you, so you don't really have a choice in the matter. Of course I have a choice. I'm the Devil Mukaki, the embodiment of freedom. So I don't need to listen to either of you who would mosey onto another battlefield when it's so nice here. I don't know why I even bothered to ask nicely. Hey, what are you doing? Vitas yanks the devil by the tail. Come on, let's go. But my acolytes! I find a rare of rose petal offerings in diminutive cups. No! No! In an act of free will, Vitus and Valises drag the demiurge out of the temple, embracing the newfound purity of their ideology to disregard the whims of others in pursuit of their own cause. Eventually, Mukaki relents, infuriated that this act does not contradict the principles of his own path. Oh my god. This writing is too good, man. It's too good. Are the extra cloaks packed? Check. How about our provisions? Also check. Won't be as good as the food in the capital, but I suppose that is one of the few things I like about this place. I think so too. I've gotten used to how fresh it all is. To be honest, much of the food back home was worse than what we ate in Gao. Don't worry. I think I can make something good on our travels if we pack the right spices. Won't last long with how much you all eat. What's wrong with loving meat? Everyone knows you love meat, Herklaus. Yeah, well yes, I can't get enough of it. Don't... Anyways, are the artifacts packed safely? I packed them nice and proper. Think we're all ready then. How do you feel about leaving the capital? It was interesting to see how it's changed after all this time, but I feel like we got what we came for. I'm ready to move on. I like that it was big, but it might be too big. Doesn't matter much to me. I can make my own fun anywhere. You seem on edge most of the time, Zermes. Well, you know what they say about relationships? Two's company, for hyenas are a crowd. They're not gonna be happy with the next trip either. Yeah, we need the hyena gang more than ever where we're going. Seriously? Hear that, boys? Sorry, you're still stuck with us, boss. Ain't so bad. Alright, get your things in order, you three. As much as I'll miss the food, I'll be sure to find something tasty to hunt. I suspect fish might be on the menu most often. In all honesty, I have no real desire to leave. Really got a soft spot for that jackal, huh? Well, yes, I suppose, but the land here is teeming with magic. I could learn much from studying here longer rather than gallivanting off into the oasis. If we had given you a few more weeks, perhaps you could have even found where your balls are. Crocus let out a rather frustrated sigh. How typical. Just saying, things don't take so long when you're more direct about what you want. How about you, Vitus? Are you gonna miss it here? It is very pretty. Given what happened, I can't say I'm leaving with the fondest memories. You're still not happy about Kairos, are you? Felt more genuine than he really was. I suppose that's important considering he is a spy. But yeah. It's just making me think too much about what was real and what wasn't. Maybe I'll never know. At least he asked us to see him again. He lives a dangerous life, Vitus. Don't we as well? I suppose. Just be careful, okay? Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm ready to go. As the sun begins to shift in the morning sky, a carriage rolls up to the estate. The door to a plush interior opens and they can see the wolf as he sticks his head out. I see bags and your men standing in attention. Have you agreed to go then? Aye, we have. Load the carriage quickly. The sand in my hourglass is slipping. Hold on, gentlemen. Holding? It's Lord Sulpicius. You made it before we left. And just barely too. I'm coming with you. You are? Oh, thank goodness. I don't remember extending the invitation to you, Sulpicius. Auspiciously, the council deemed me the Republic's official envoy with the rebels, so I'm afraid you have no choice. If that's the case, then I won't be difficult with you. Just stay out of my way and carry your weight. The wolf retreats inside the carriage as the hyenas circle to the back, loading it with their supplies and equipment. It's good to have another familiar face traveling with us, Sulpicius. As if the council would have allowed you to leave at all if I didn't. Good to hear there's some of them on our side. Or those who see us as an asset. So what awaits us next? Hopefully the path we must walk to move forward, to end this war. I'll just settle for meeting our mentor and not making things worse. In the end, you can only do your best. Are you ready, gentlemen? Ready as I can be. Let's get in the carriage and go. Before I miss morning tea by the fountains too much. There we go. Chapter 2.4. In their wake, everyone. Finished right on time for 2.5 to be released in about 2 days from now. Uh, but as you know, to be continued May 2026. That's literally 2 days away. But as you all know, we still have a little bit more to cover. It's not over yet. So, we have Herklaus, we have Zermes, we have Drusus, Krokos, and Reese. I'm very much not interested in Drusus. I don't think I'm interested in Reese. Let's... Well, either way, we can only do... Well, we can only do, we can only do, I think, 2 people, 3 at max. If I do Reese and then Krokos, I wouldn't be able to do... I would be able to do Drusus, but no one else. But I'm not interested in Drusus, like I said. If I do... If I do Herklaus or Zermes, then I would only be able to do one of the other ones. Let's start with Krokos first. I believe... I don't remember when this is, but this is probably after something. Elisis? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Krokos hasn't been around much of late. It's not just you. In Irinipolis, he would either keep to his chambers or be tutoring those young mages. I always had the sense I could find him whenever I needed to, but I haven't seen much of him these days. Soon he'll be harder to catch than Zermes. Hush now, don't let Krokos hear you. He'd loathe being compared to Zermes. Honestly, it'd do him good to realize how unreliable he's become to the summoners. Antagonizing him sounds like a bad idea. Do you think we should summon him here? I believe it's worth a try. Maybe hot water will loosen him up a bit. The ground may just stand beside the bath and summon Krokos in a flash of light. Oh, summoners. What have you called me for? We just like to talk. Would you be able to join us? Nothing serious, mind you. I'm doing positively fine, thanks for asking. Well, I do have other business to attend to. But Krokos, you're never around the estate lately. Zermes approaches, seemingly overhearing the conversation from a nearby pool. You're an awful cheat, Krokos. Only a dishonest man would go out so often with no good excuse. Not that I care about whatever you do. I'm just glad you're finally leaving your ivory tower and stepping into the pleasures of the real world. Dishonesty is your forte, while I have no interest in anything untrue. Then why not accept this small invitation from our summoners? After all, the only thing more natural than the pursuit of information is desire. Desire? Really? I grow tired of your interruptions. I will cooperate for the sake of our summoners, not because of your hounding. Just get on with it, will ya? Maybe someday you'll discover the spell to solve loneliness too. Zermes closes his eyes and chuckles softly before leaving for another bath. Hey, Krokos, come on. Come join us already. Very well. What have you been up to when you go out? Must I tell you? You won't stop until I do, will you? It couldn't be possibly that hard for you to answer. I understand magicians have their secrets, but they are your summoners. They are responsible for your actions too. I'm very responsible, I'll have you know. Well, whatever. It isn't anything worth hiding. I've been attending the Capital Academy and learning the modern magic of this era. Modern magic? Though your magic is much more impressive. But there are reasons to understand unimpressive things, Vitus. The deeper you delve into the study of the arcane, the narrower your knowledge becomes. Even when so much magic from the past has been lost. Let me put it like so. When a gardener prunes a great bush, those wounds become buds of fresh growth. New ideas, but young ones. And what foundational concepts remain are so very close to perfection that Censor's magic seems so effortless. I'm a little envious. It seems Various holds the real knowledge you're after. Certainly, but there are other skilled magicians in this city. That's just what worries me. Only nobles learn magic around here. In other words, you could very well be conversing with senators from the House of Lords. I won't deny that possibility, but I'm only interested in the exchange of knowledge. I won't let it interfere with your goals. Besides, isn't it a good thing to have a few acquaintances among the senators? Not if we don't know about them. I only ask you trust that I can avoid making enemies. You seem to trust Hermes a lot more of that. No, it's not about trust. It's about our ability to control him. You can tell Hermes to do something, but never how to do it. Then I'm telling you both to trust me more. If you insist. I also want you to be open with us and tell us what amazing things you learn each day. That's possible, but neither of you are very adept with magic. I worry it would be boring. Not only about magic, but about people too. What do you think about Various, for example? He's smart and very well spoken. Think we can trust him? In my personal judgment, yes. Would he help us win our case? Perhaps not in a professional capacity. He is a public figure after all. But maybe in a personal capacity? If you can gain his trust. What does that mean? It depends. That isn't helpful at all. What do you expect? That the censor will solve all your problems for you? That's not what I mean. We just want to know who our allies are. I can guarantee he won't be our enemy. Well, if you're willing to go that far. We won't stop you from leaving, but promise us you'll help with the nobles. I can help, but I don't promise on certain things, unlike Xermes. Especially not like Xermes. I trade in knowledge, not bribery. Let's not be picky about methods if there's no other choice. No problem. I trust you have it sorted. We're counting on you, Krokos. You two are being far too serious. I won't let anything happen to you. After all, I can only continue my studies so long as I remain in this world. The infinite pursuit of knowledge. Krokos gives a smile that reveals his old soul before leaving the Crown Mages alone in the water. If you ask me, he's trading more than knowledge with this Various. You really are perverse. Nobody needs to know what you think. What? Do you really believe they're so innocent? Out of all the magicians in the capital, Krokos has a soft spot for just one. Doesn't mean it's our business to fuss over it. Krokos should only have eyes for the two summoners here. Otherwise, what's the point in summoning him? That's going a bit far. You're not taking this far enough. Alright, quiet you two. You think Krokos will ever find the secrets he's looking for? Whatever he wants from his life, I hope he finds it fulfilling. Oh, that was... Of course it had to become sexual at the end. Alright. I'm gonna do one more because they said I really don't want to do Hermes again. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm gonna save these mementos for 2.5 because they told us to save it for 2.5. But that is in their wake, everyone. Whatever the next chapter will be, I will be recording it in about 2 days from the current time that I'm recording this. So thank you all so much for watching in their wake, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye, everyone.